Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to the 271st Comic Art Fans Update. We got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of fun stuff too. We've been very busy here at Cafe HQ as always, and lots of good stuff going on. I think we're almost at that 6 week mark until OAX hits, and as many of you probably saw today, we did finally release some of the OAX auction pieces. Those have been rolling in the past few days, and I've got Tatiana in the green room, ready to jump in here with me and talk about it. So let me bring her in and let's get the show on the road. How's it going, Tatiana?
Hey, good. How you doing tonight, Bill?
I can't complain. Did we both color our hair this week? Your hair is like striking at the moment. Maybe it's just the
Oh,
light.
it's either the light. It's because I'm due to go back in, so it's usually darker.
Ah,
Yeah.
see, Maureen came home from Ohio. I'll change it a little bit. It went a little too dark, but fortunately, this stuff washes out. So I'll be back to my Spicoli blonde hair by OAX, I believe. So, but hey, Happy New Year. I mean, we got to see each other earlier, but I don't think we got to say that. It is 2026, and lots of good things are afoot around here, as we both know. So, I'm as excited about OAX and a lot of the stuff going on as I'm sure you are.
Yeah, it's always really busy, but it's been really nice the last handful of days because a good number of those emails that I'm going through have cool art attached.
That is very true. John and Moore, I've thought about turquoise, but it's just not going to happen. Tatiana and I do not want to go as twinsies. I'll let my daughters do that. But
You
yeah,
should well cosplay as each other, Bill. Confuse everyone.
yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know how that might go over with all the adults in the room, but it'd be fun. We'd get a laugh out of it. Gosh, I look 10 years younger, says number one Marvel fan. Thank you. So yeah, no, the cool thing is, we've seen over the last month a couple pieces come in for the OAX auction, but certainly the last week or so, we've been seeing new pieces come in, and we finally got now that we have some dates in mind to start the proxy bidding on the 15th, which is a week from today. We thought today was a good point to start releasing some pieces, and I'm going to share a screen in a little bit, but I think we showed off 9 pieces today, and I know we're going to drop a few more tomorrow as well. But the cool thing is I think we've probably got about 25 to maybe 30 pieces in total so far. And what would be your general, opinion on the quality of the pieces that you've seen so far?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's I've been lucky to be able to be so, intimately involved with the auction and all the pieces were great the first year and the second year, but holy cow. I mean, it I can't even begin to describe how completely blown away I am by the pieces that people are doing for the show. I mean, fully painted pieces, gorgeous edge to edge pinups, great black and white work and color work. I just keep thinking, oh man, it can't get any better than this, and then the next email comes in.
That is very true. I don't know if you saw right before the show, I got 2 emails from one from Bart Sears and another from Tony Perna with their auction pieces in it. So I uploaded it to the share as well. So
Well, I
yeah,
better mark that those came in, otherwise they're going to get the "Hey, where's your
please
stuff?"
do. I
email.
did put them into the spreadsheet. I will say that I did take care of that part of it. But yeah, again, just great looking stuff. Um, well, see, I'm good, James. I'm glad this is actually my old camera, but it works really well when I don't have the lights dimmed around me. So that's why you can actually see all the junk on my shelves tonight. But no, I'm with you totally. I think earlier today there was a couple pieces that came in that were shocking, and then but let's show off the pieces that we've revealed already, because I know when I actually initially set the gallery up a couple days ago, was before we got some of the painted pieces in and whatnot, and I actually had almost all pen and ink pieces in there. And earlier today, Sardo and I went through it. We kind of picked out. We're like, all right, let's throw some color pieces in there. We did lean a little heavy on Absolute Batman. I have to tell people that I don't think we've shown all the Absolute Batman pieces, but we did show most of them. It's not like it's going to be an Absolute Batman fest, I would say that. But we might have more Absolute Batman than Magics this time around.
Yeah, I think every time there's one character that's maybe a little bit more popular, and Absolute Batman's kind of the belle of the ball, I think, this year. But when we're saying that there's more of them, I mean, there's just a handful. It's like you said, it's certainly not taking over in any way.
That is so true. So here I can show off first piece that is in the feature gallery. And let me go ahead and put the link. You know, that's really important here, because I was looking. Surprisingly, I think there's only about 50 people that follow the OAX gallery. After 2 years, we only have about 50 people following it. And the thing is, as you know, you can follow the gallery and get updated when we post new artwork to it. So because it's all going to be going into the for sale section, so it'll actually pop up in your want lists and all that fun stuff. So you got to be following the CAF gallery in order to get updates and see it in your latest update section on the site. So there we go, right there. Can't miss it. It's a long.
Yeah, I realized earlier today I wasn't following it, so I'm probably 51. I started following it earlier today.
No problem. Yeah, it was surprising, but we would encourage everybody to do that because, like we said, it's not just going to be over the next week leading up to proxy bidding, but as the pieces come in, because we know that we'll probably get quite a few pieces in over the next week, but the pieces will continue to trickle in as we lead up to OAX. We'll continue to post pieces even after proxy bidding has gotten started. So this first piece is from PJ. From the Next Comic Art team, and we tried to kind of get a few pieces in, spread them around, a few independent artists, a few pieces from the rep groups and whatnot. But PJ, this is on 11 by 17, and I mean, come on, this is incredible cover quality.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I love what he did with the composition on this piece.
There you go. Mike Parkinson knew what to do too. He just followed the gallery. Thank you very much. And if you're on the app, there's a big watch button. You can just pop over there and do it that way as well. Now, so this piece was really one that we got to see the other day. I think we've gotten to see 6 of 8 from Next Comic Art, and they're all incredible. But
I just got an email from Jiggy like half an hour ago, so we're up to 7 now.
Oh, we are. I missed that one. Okay.
Yeah, it just came in. I haven't even looked at it yet.
Wonderful. Well, let's see. I know this next one has been shared a few times because we know our friend Aranga has put this one out there, and we showed it on the CAF update as well.
Aranga, our size queen. That's right.
I mean, he made it so big. You know, when I first saw him holding it, I thought this might work as a T-shirt, right? You know, but it's so ultra wide that those characters will be so tiny because it's got OAX already written on it. I mean, there's got to be something we can repurpose this thing for. I'm just not sure what.
Beach towels, Bill. Beach towels.
Beach towels. That's a great idea. We are in Florida. Okay, now that's the one. You know, we've looked at a lot of swag to print over the last couple of years, but beach towels has not been on my list before. So I hope well, okay, I'll make a note. Beach towels.
It literally just came to me when you were like, "There's something." I'm looking at it. I'm like, "It looks like a beach towel."
Right. Newell says Tatiana is the brains here. All right, thanks, Newell. It's all right. I don't mind.
I know, Newell. We're gonna see you running around the hotel in the beach towel. I can see it now.
Yeah, I can see. No, I'm not even going to go there. But without question,
perfect. Nobody ever uses the pool. We all need to start using the pool.
Well, if the weather cooperates, year one, I know there were some people in the pool. There were definitely people in the hot tub. So towels could come in handy. Maybe we can print these up and sneak them into the hotel's stuff. We can get them put into rooms and things. That might be fun.
Oh, that would be really fun. I know that they would be excited to help us with that. When I saw this piece, I just couldn't help but smile. It's so Aranga, and I'll tell you, like, George Perez is smiling down, getting that many characters in one shot and making it look that good.
Exactly, and this is on 2 18 by 24 pieces of board that are taped together, everybody. So if you win this one at auction, you got to bring a big portfolio, or you can talk to us, and we will be very happy to help you find a way to get this thing shipped home. But it is huge, even folded in half. So this is Felix Wallpower times 3. I'm going to give it.
Yes, 36 by 24 total. So like full poster size.
It is It's massive. Um, and and kind of with that in mind, I mean, we haven't really talked about proxy bidding and how bidding happens during the show, of course. But like we said at the beginning of this, a lot of the pieces are cover quality, fantastic, whether they're painted or pen and ink. And I know that we would let people know this during the auction, Tatiana. That'll be one of the what's part of the script, I think, when you read it. But time payments are okay. We can actually work with people on these pieces because some of them, might go for a little more than we've usually had in the past. And yeah, we're always we always aim to please. If we, if
That's
we
a really big one because I think a lot of people are afraid to bid when they know that, there's so many amazing pieces and they're going to have to push hard to get stuff. That if payment plans are accepted, nobody accepts payment plans on auctions. So that's clutch.
Exactly. No, that's definitely something we can do. And the artists, by and large, I think would be happy to work with us on it as well. So yeah, there's a Ranga. I mean, this piece is literally almost as tall as he is. Next up, another an absolute Batman piece from Maxi Dallo. I know he shared this on, I think, his socials when he was getting started on it or almost finished with it, but it came out great. I mean, Maxi's work is fantastic.
I absolutely love the action in this. It's really, really nice. I think a lot of people with Absolute Batman, sometimes the character feels stiff, but that's one of the things I love about all the pieces that people have done for the auction is there's so many. There's different ones. We can say, oh yes, it's the same character, but they're all completely different pieces. And I love the action and the gore. It's really good.
Yeah, he's clutching the skull. No, this is great. Yeah, I love this. And Maxi, of course, has been to the first two OAXs as well. Welcome back for a third time. But yeah, just love his stuff. And he's still really breaking into the business, but he's definitely got the chops to do pretty much anything he'd like to. And repped by Splash Page Comic Art for those of you who were not aware. Where are we going to from here? Matt Wagner. This is actually the first piece. I actually have this one here. He mailed this like a month ago, right?
Matt is on it. He is. I was so excited when he sent that over. I'm like, Matt, you're always on it. He's so good.
I know he is, and he's always on top of it. That's the thing. Even last year, he sent the auction piece in early, and it was the first piece that we had in hand as well. So this is the cover to what was it? Battle Beast #5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know it, but I guess his son does colors. So I think this piece will actually come with a printed piece that his son will sign, and he will sign that was from the actual cover. I had no idea that his son was following in his footsteps.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's really cool. And complimentary to what Dad does.
Exactly. And it's a beheading. We know beheadings are very popular on the channel at times.
Well, it did just come after that Absolute Batman with the skull in his hand, so that seems to be the theme.
Maybe I'm getting all the beheadings out of the way with this first drop. And did I read Battle Beast? No, I did not. Well, yeah, I can't say that. I actually pulled it up on one of those Read Comics Online sites. So I did read one issue because I couldn't. I'm like, what is this book all about? Why is it so popular? Does excellent color work. So PZ Pisano knows all about it.
So do you think that he gives his dad a discount, or do you think his dad has to pay extra?
Well, it depends. If he's living at home, discount. If he's on his own,
discount.
No discount. Exactly. I have no clue. But yeah, Matt's always fun. Obviously, this is his third time coming back to OAX, and every time his commission list is always full. So he's always got work lined up. He's a popular guy still after all these years. And color equals rent, Mike Parkinson says. Yes, exactly. And okay, somebody asked about Wayshack. So this is John's piece this time around. He did a Ghost Rider sketch cover, and yeah, this one's hot.
I can't wait to see this one in person. This is going to be one when everybody gets to the show on preview night. Make sure you take the time to look at it. And really, because I know that I'm going to be missing 90% of it, until I actually see it in person. Because you can tell there's so much detail in that.
Oh yeah, just like everything. And again, when John draws what John wants to draw, you always get, a really great piece. So, I mean, he was in the mood to draw Ghost Rider here, and it kicks butt. I mean, he even suggested that with his pre-OAX list. Like, you can tell me to draw Thor, but if you tell me, I can draw whatever I want, I guarantee if you like my work, you're gonna like what you get. So, he approaches things like that, and I think he's one of the only guys that even with his show commissions where he says, I don't want you to pay me until you see it, and if you like it, you pay me, and if you don't,
Mhm.
because yeah, I mean that is an absolute rarity these days. But yeah, this is good. I'd like to see him do a video on how, I wonder how long something like this takes him. It seems so effortless, but there's so much work in it.
Oh yeah. That's how you
And
know someone really is good, right? When it looks effortless.
hmm Now, you know a little bit about Jason Johnson. This one came in the other day, and it is an absolute Batman, but you know, you actually get Catwoman with it too. So very cool. Get a twofer on this one, and it's 11 by 17, right?
Yes. Yeah, when he and I were chatting about it, he's like, "Oh, what do you think?" And so I left the characters up to him, but people really love Jason's multi-character pieces. He's really good at making them dynamic, fun, and interesting. And I didn't have to tell him anything. He just picked this and did an amazing job. That Catwoman is so good. I mean, both characters are really good, but I really like the play between the two. They're very different.
Well, I didn't know a lot about Jason's work until we had him on the show that day, and I did some research. I love his work, and yeah, I can't wait to see the pre-OAX stuff that he put together. Hopefully, we'll get to take a look at some of those before everybody runs off with them. But this came out fantastic.
Yeah, he's got a couple of them done so far. He stopped to get this done. So I'll share the images over into some of our folders, and so those can be shared out because everyone's been really happy so far.
Do you find a lot of people who do the pre-OAX want to see their commission before the show, or do they prefer to be surprised?
It's probably like a 85-15. Most people like seeing it in advance. A lot of people, it doesn't matter to them either way, but every once in a while you get somebody who says, "Don't show me." And
Right.
I'm fine with either. And if somebody
Which
tells me in
camp are
advance
you
I don't
in?
want to see it, I'll make sure we don't show it at all. But most people are fine with it being shown early.
Mm-hmm. All right. Which camp are you in? See it before you have it in hand, or you want to be surprised?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people that whatever works, I'm usually fine.
Corey says he hates being shown beforehand, but PZ says surprised is the way to go. Yeah, I think I probably lean that way too. It's always more fun to not know what you're getting. But Unstoppable says I don't want to be surprised. Jason, not a man to mince his words. He does not want to be surprised.
Yeah, some people want to see it immediately. It was funny. I had one client on Sia's Sia's at home list that she just finished up. Usually I, get a high-res scan. I email the scan to the person when I let them know it's done and all that stuff. And he's like, "I don't want to look at it until it gets here." So luckily I had sent it as an attachment and I hadn't put it into the email.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, "It's taking all of my effort not to look at it." So he said it was worth it when it came in that he didn't look at it till it got there.
Yeah. I understand that. I'm definitely I want to see it with the artist if I can, or wait till I unbox it, because I don't know. It's fun to savor it. You pay some money, you already have to wait to see it, so it's fun to get that experience.
Yeah, the surprise is definitely nice, I think.
Yep. And I saw Tom McDonald out there. He said it should always be a surprise. Certainly, Tom filmed a few people receiving their commissions, pre-OAX stuff last year, and I think even in year one. So I'm sure he will be back and doing it again at OAX in February. Jason just wants to see everything. He wants to see other people's commissions before they get to see them as well.
I haven't shown anybody their sketch cards. Jason already finished his sketch cards. I should probably show those to people.
Well, I'm on Sia's list, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Yeah, no, I want to be surprised.
She's finishing her auction piece right now. It was supposed to be done yesterday, but she wanted to kind of leave it. I've seen it, but it's one of those she wants to leave it overnight and kind of look at it. So that one's really cool. Everyone's going to like that one a lot too. But I will make sure to not show yours, Bill. I won't even share the scan before the show just in case you
don't put it in any of the team folders. Don't let her show it online if you can help it. Or not. I don't care. Well, she can do whatever she wants, but yeah, I don't want to see it. James likes to see progress shots for any big commission, and that probably makes sense. If you got a big commission, yeah, if you're spending like 5 figures on something, you probably want to have a little hand in the prelim work, at that stage before it goes beyond that. But not many of the OEX commissions are at that level. Some are though. But this piece here is by Donato, a friend of both of ours, and he has a history with this character to a certain degree. And he emailed us the other day, kind of reminding us of that history, and so it's fun just to have him get to work on this. I had no idea what he was going to do for this. I kind of figured, we might get something Lord of the Rings-ish or something. So I didn't expect him to kind of lean into comics at all. So I was really happy when we got this one. Surprised, to say the least.
Yeah, it's he and I talked about it. I sent him like one other email after this and just talked about the emotion and all of that stuff and the challenges he's had with working with different companies. And yeah, I was surprised too, but I think it's really cool that he kind of leaned into that and did his own version, his own thing.
Well, it'll be good on his socials because I'm certain he's going to share it, and there'll be some talk about the history of the piece and the character.
And I know the suit's going to look amazing when we see it in person. And I know that because I've seen him paint robots and different kinds of suits and things before. And I know you have too seen the pleasure of seeing them in person, and they're absolutely stunning. And so I know that this is going to be so much more striking in person.
Yeah, what was the size on this one? 20 by 16. That's right. I knew it was a little bit bigger than 11 by 17. And yeah, he does a lot of robot paintings and men in spacesuits and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is not unfamiliar territory for Donato. And I encourage everybody's got to go by Donato's booth. Not only is he just an amazing artist, but he's very gregarious and very, very approachable as a creator. He loves to talk about his craft. He grew up on comics, huge George Perez fan growing up. I think while he's used to going to more Gen Con-ish type shows, art shows like that, IX, etc. He's going to feel really right at home. So I do encourage everybody to swing by his booth, check out what he's got, and thank him for being able to make the trip to the show, because it really is an honor to have him come down to OAX in year 3.
Yeah, and he's making the time like right after he's going to be out of the country and coming back in, and so really appreciate that he really wants to come and he's excited to meet everyone.
Very true. So we have another Absolute Batman here by Mr. Matt Allison. We know, Matt's been to the show a few times already. And as a reminder, if you didn't read my the email earlier today, Matt is closing his list at midnight tomorrow night. So if you want to get in on the Matt Allison train, as Jiggy likes to call it, you should go over to oax.art and sign up for Matt's commission list, because he still has those really fairly priced sketch cards, I think at $40. I mean, even if you just get one of those, you won't be disappointed. And I know he has a few other tiers. I've seen a few $300 commissions come in for him in the last couple days as well. So yeah, hit him up before it's all over, because again, we got 6 weeks here, everybody. I would expect to see a lot of the lists start closing, even if they're not full, because we're kind of getting into that point. Ryan Pancoast emailed me today and said that he wanted to close his list on Friday night as well. So he's another one who I know even was only taking a few commissions prior to the show, a couple sketch cards and a couple paintings. So get in while you can, or those opportunities will be closed. And I think this one of the few pieces to get a comment. Who do you think commented on this piece, Tatiana?
Oh man, and I'm trying to not cheat.
Don't cheat. It's a big Matt Allison fan. Maybe the biggest.
Kazra?
I was gonna say, but it wasn't Kazra. He's a big fan and a longtime friend of Matt's. But no, there is one person who I would say is probably the biggest collector. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. We got two guesses in the chat, and it was right. James.
Tyler. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
That makes
Tyler
sense.
T. Let's see. Where is he? There you go. Right there. Tyler T. Absolute Matt man. He said. So thank you, Tyler T. I think that was the only comment on any of the pieces we got, but you just knew he wasn't going to miss that. And he got that in there in like the first 10 minutes of it being posted. So I think it popped up on his want list.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got that set to notification.
Yep.
Also, just popping that reminder up on the screen for everybody. If you're not following the calf gallery, this is the OAX auction calf gallery. What frequency are you going to be putting new stuff up?
Well, I believe tomorrow we're going to put up 6 more pieces. And I don't believe we talked about the weekend. So I'll probably talk with Kazra and Sardo tomorrow to see what the plan is there, whether we'll post a few pieces each day. I mean, a few of the pieces are known, like some of the posters that we've already shared are out there, and those pieces are all going to be up for auction. But yeah, I'm expecting at least 6 tomorrow, and again, you can certainly expect that Monday through Thursday of next week, and we probably will still keep the momentum going throughout the weekend as well.
Yeah, so make sure to follow that gallery so that when it's updated, you get to see everything first, and then as soon as the proxy bidding starts on the 15th, that you don't miss out.
That's right. And Marcus, you can't put your bids in yet. Not until next Thursday. We will send out an email when it's time, and with the instructions. The instructions are the same as they've been the last few years. We encourage you just to use the contact form for each piece to send in the proxy bids, and we'll have usually it's me. I think I've handled the proxy bids the first 2 years on the show floor. And what we do is, if there's only one proxy bid, it's that's all we got taken. And if there's 2 proxy bids on a piece, if one's for say 750 and the other one's at 1,000, that just gives us a starting point at the auction of 775, for instance. We kind of just increment it up because we had 2 bidders in advance. And then so 775 would be the starting bid on that piece, and I would be doing the proxy bidding for the person who made the $1,000 bid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's worked. And Tatiana and Matt Tutulio did a fantastic job last year with the auction.
And I believe the plan is that we're doing it again. We had a lot of fun. I think it went really well. I'm really excited. It's exhausting, but it's really fun to do.
It was an intense couple hours, that's for sure. And it's Saturday evening during OAX. Of course, everybody knows that. The show floor closes at 5. We're out in the pavilion this time around. The Kirby Awards will be before that. They run from about 5:30 to 6:15, and as soon as the Kirby Awards are over, we kind of segue right into the art auction. So it's going to be interesting. I think I don't know. I know we're going to have some kind of large screen, whether it's the same one we used last year or something a little bit bigger. I know we're looking around at different presentation options and things, but I have that large screen TV that we used last year that worked really, really well. It was a definite upgrade for us. So if we need to bring that in, I've been using it as my TV in the living room, but I saved the box, Tatiana, so I could repack it and bring it back to the DoubleTree if needed.
I mean, there's no reason to not get use out of it. You bought it. There's no reason for it to sit in storage. Just use it all year.
Right, exactly. I just had to rotate it, the 90 degrees, so it wasn't vertical. What was the last piece? Oh, that's right. It was the Dimitri Patelis piece. That one came in last night as well. Mm-hmm. Dimitri's he's amazing. I mean, I'm sure there's a little airbrush in here and everything, but I love Dimitri's work, and look at that. I mean, it's one of the first pieces that I've noticed actually has the year 26 noted on the piece as well, right? But yeah, this is awesome. I think it's 9x12. But yeah, just going to be a very nice, powerful piece. And I can tell everybody we are going to be, we're going to have the pieces out on the show floor much better than we've done in the past. We might have a few pieces that might be on a back wall, but everything will definitely be in portfolios and a little bit more out in the open. I know last year we were in the corner of one of the rooms, and I think this year won't be like dead center or whatnot, but we will be more accessible. You will not be able to not find us and be able to preview all the pieces in person. So even though we'll have everything on CAF in our gallery there, you will still be able to preview everything all day Saturday on the show floor. And I guess maybe if we get lucky, we might even be able to do something while while the auction's going on. But you never know. You never know what we're going to do. The pavilion is a cool setup. I guess if I would have thought of it, I could have queued up a few photographs of that. But better to let everybody just anticipate the new setting, because it is really nice.
It's gonna be really good. I think people are gonna really enjoy it.
Quite true. And Marcus, you can use your cut bids while you're while you're at OEX. We have no problem with that. And you can phone in a bid too, Marcus, if you'd like to. I know Lance is coming, so Marcus could be on the phone with him placing bids. We're fine with that too. I know in the past we've had a few other collectors who had friends who really wanted pieces, but they were the ones on the show floor and they bid for their friends, and in a couple of cases I think they've won. It happens, and that's okay. I mean, we've at the end of the day, we want the art to go for the best revenue we can. It is, after all, a fundraiser. Supports both. We have the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, the Hero Initiative. We have Project Pinball, and then of course the Kirby Museum as beneficiaries of the donations that we do after the auction. And of course, both the artist and the show also benefits from these pieces. So, end of the day, the higher they go, the more charitable we can be, and the better off it is for both the show and the creators putting in the amazing amount of time into these pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Just make sure you pay for them, because if you don't, we know where you live.
We know where you're sleeping that night.
Yes.
I think
that's even worse.
Right. We know. Yeah, we can be knocking on your door at 3 a.m. And then 3:30 and sliding notes under your door. Yeah, that's that is one benefit to being the showrunners. We do get a full list of the room numbers and who's there. So yeah, that's true. And Newell says Lance is one of his. He's a huge fan of him, but he's never gotten to meet Lance. Lance is a guy who sticks to the West Coast by and large. So this is I thought it was pretty awesome to see that he bought a ticket and was making the trip out. So yeah, I think a lot of you, we should actually make a sticker for Lance. I am Lance Suarez. I do not have Mannix, caged in my basement making artwork for me.
Yeah, there's several collectors who are coming out who haven't made it yet to the show. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there who you haven't seen ever or in a long time. I mean, it'll be great. It'll be great to see everyone.
That is very true. And of course, now that we have the bigger show floors, we have more exhibitors than we've ever had before. And I think there's going to be some nice surprises all around artwork that you're going to get to see. I know with A2X, the Animation Art Expo, there's going to be a few exhibitors related to that. So for those of you who already collect animation art, like you, Tatiana, and a few others in the chat, there's plenty to look at. And if you haven't picked up, a cell or a background piece, or what are the other terms in the animation world, Tatiana?
Oh, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of different ones. If you look in like the heritage catalogs, they actually have like a glossary of terms, which I think is really smart that they have those. There's like the anime ones and then like the other animation ones. So all the anime, all the Japanese stuff has its own list of names. All the English language stuff has its own list of names. And that's something that you all can do. If you're interested and you don't know, come and talk to, Matt DiTullio and I are both happy to chat with you, or any of the other animation dealers that are going to be there, and we're happy to talk to you about what are these things, how does this process work, because it's different. It's really different from comics.
Definitely. I remember picking up something from Nat Kennedy in one of those amateur matches like 3 years ago and not knowing what it was, because Gwen wanted it. It was from what was the show with the, oh gosh, I'm feeling stupid now, but the giant kind of suit of armor that was inhabited by a spirit.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Thank you. Yes, it was something from that. And at that time, Gwen was so into it, and we picked up this piece, and it's like a vertical piece, pencils, the colored pencils. We had no idea what it was. I didn't even know it was anything related to animation, so I can say that I have something, or Gwen has something.
Well, you got a really good buy, because that is during the time period where everything had pretty much moved to digital. So you just get a few sketches here and there for things that were in that time period. So it's very, very difficult to get.
Well, then that one's not going anywhere. I'll make sure that Gwen knows she has to save that for later, because I had never seen anything like it either. But hey, I did throw the link to the well, here I didn't throw the link. There we go. Now I put it in there. That is the link to the gallery room on Comic Art Fans for the OAX auction and fundraiser gallery. So go over there now. Click, if you're logged in premium, it's easy. Just click that watch button up at the top, and you'll add it to your watch list. If you're I guess if you're on the app, you should just go over and find the gallery, do a search for any of these pieces of art. You'll find it and follow the gallery. Very easy. Big watch button right at the top of each gallery on the app. You can't miss it.
And there's instructions. When you click on the items, you'll see all the details about how the proxy bidding is going to work and all of that stuff. So that's all in there when you're looking at the items.
Exactly. And again, this next week is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we've all been, we have our own group chat, so we've been drooling, sharing pieces when they come in. I got you last night when I'm like, why did you hold this one back? I happened to go in the folder and I saw it. I'm like, whoa, this one should have been out. This one should have been shared the moment it hit your inbox.
Yesterday was hard. Everything that came in was amazing, and I didn't want to like flood the whole group chat.
It's okay. We don't mind a little spam every now and again with the team.
Yeah, especially when it's that kind.
Exactly. We like looking at art.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of art nerds too.
That is very true. So, so most of your, well, for one, I saw that what was it, Jason and I think it was Newell were mentioning that they were on whose commission list were they on?
They're both on Jeremy Wilson's list.
Jeremy Wilson's, right? They were on Jeremy's list, and his list is closed now. But are your other artists, are their lists still open, or have you?
Everyone's closed. Everyone filled up pretty quick. I have
told people. See it closed early. That's right.
Yeah, I've told people if there's somebody you really want, you're welcome to still reach out to me. And I can take a waiting list, or worst case, maybe somebody ends up being the first one at the show or something. But yeah, everybody filled up pretty quick. We squeezed some extra ones in there. You try to get as many as you can, and but we want to make sure that we're being responsible and that they're all done, right? We don't want to leave anyone.
Right, I forgot about that. Jason closed his pretty early in December, and yeah, no, I'm sorry. There's so much going on. I can't remember which ones I've turned off and which ones I've left on, or which ones I had a set to almost gone, or which person I named as Alex Saviuk in that email today. So I could have named everybody that. It was kind of like my John Malkovich moment, being Alex Saviuk in the mailing today. But it happens. I mean, sorry, when I looked over that email like 3 times today when we were doing some stuff, and neither one of us caught it. So, hey, it happens. You roll with it. You move on.
I mean, at least you didn't accidentally call everybody Mephisto.
That's right. That is so true. Oh man, yeah.
We're just at that point, like the text today where I was like, what about this hotel room? And you're like, it was there from the beginning. I'm like, yep, I can't read.
Yeah, that was one I was like, but Tatiana, I put it in there first. Yeah,
no, it's just that's how our brains are right now. My brain just completely skipped over it. So
yeah, well, it won't be the last thing that going through all this, but we are in the home stretch. Six weeks to go. Ticket sales are still ongoing. Everybody knows the URL. You can go to oax.art to see the guest list, to see the pre-OAX opportunities that are still open. You can follow this gallery on CAF. You'll get to see all the auction pieces that are coming out. Remember, proxy bidding is not limited to the people who are going to OAX. Anyone in the world can bid on these pieces. And last year, I know for sure we had a lot of, well, not a lot. I think I had about 5 people who were out of the U.S. that I had to do some proxy biddings for. So at the end of the day, we want everyone to be able to participate in this. But once everything starts, we're locked into the proxy bids that have been cast, and the folks who are on the floor who get the priority over that. So keep that in mind. And especially if this is your first time, really hearing about the event and the auction, it is open to everybody, but only for a limited time. We will close it. I believe we're going to close it the Tuesday before OAX. I think that's maybe the 16th. So the proxy bidding will close at that point, and we'll lock it all in, and I'll have my numbers, and we roll from there.
Yeah, there's no sniping on that. We got a really good question in the chat. You just want to talk to each artist or each rep? So I would gather most of them you would be able to pick up on Friday, but I would just, ask them in advance to be sure to send them an email.
Exactly. And I'm not sure what to expect with the preview night this time around. We've never done one, so everybody should know that. And it is a 2-hour window, and that, with the number of VIPs that'll be on the floor, everybody's going to be excited. Everybody's going to be trying to line up commissions or pick up stuff or get to the dealer's table that they want to see what they have. It's going to be a little hectic. I just have that in mind, but I'm sure everybody's going to be you're going to have all the pre-OAX organized, but it might be more of a, could you come back, Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Because I'm a
I
little
should
tired.
stand on the side and go, "There's no running in the hall."
Yeah, I can tell Maureen to do that. Just right there at the front. Just have she loves shouting at people. She loves keeping people in line. She was the one who lined everybody up last year. When we didn't have a plan, remember she started dragging chairs and letting people set up.
She's really good at it. She's really good at it. I think the preview night's going to be really smart because a lot of people kind of had anxiety during the reception because they want to set stuff up, and we're like, that's not what the reception's for. So it gets it out of their system, and now everybody can just relax and have a good time at the reception.
Exactly. Dan Goodwin says he's going to be too drunk on Friday to pick up any art. Dan, I'm going to be calling you tomorrow too, by the way, man. I apologize. I wanted to call you before Christmas, and then the holidays hit, and it's been hectic ever since.
Technically, now it is before Christmas.
Technically it is, but I have more time now than I did 2 weeks ago. Bill, when pickup badges start? Well, I know that we will probably have registration set up. I mean, I'm sure some of you people would love to have registration set up on Thursday. I can't say that that's in the cards at all. I would have to believe we'd probably stick with our standard. I think what didn't we always do it like at 10 on Friday? Start it. We did start it the day before because people needed it to get into the reception and whatnot. So at least for now, I can guarantee that by 9 or 10 on Friday morning, the registration desk will be open and you'll be able to get your booths or your badges then. But Thursday,
well, it'll be in an email and everything for sure once we have it nailed down. We don't have that nailed down yet. Your chances for getting your badge on Thursday might go up if you buy Bill a drink or buy me a drink. I probably can find your badge.
Exactly. Yeah, because we've got our volunteers, some of our volunteers lined up. We are going to get a volunteer link on the site tomorrow. I finally worked up a form and everything, so I'm going to put that out there. We do need some volunteers, so that'll be kind of announced on the website tomorrow. And but yeah, Thursday probably isn't practical. Friday morning is a definite.
But it's good to know people want it. So if it's a possibility, we'll keep that in mind. But
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. I know. See, Jason, he's lobbying. He always lobby. He wants more. He always wants more. He wants to see his pre-OAX before it's in his hand while it's still sitting there. When the artist finishes it on their table, their desk, he wants a photograph of it and it's sent to him immediately.
We need to invent a GoPro that just attaches to the pencil, so it just follows every line. Here's your commission, Jason. It's happening right now.
That may end up happening one day with the way the hobby's going, I think. But yeah, just to be like, yes, this artist did use a pencil on paper. Here is the GoPro.
Yes, then there will be absolutely no arguing about that.
Yes, I get it. Well, yeah, Jason, we know there is no changing you, my friend. You are a one of a kind. Yeah. So, all right. Well, anything else, Tatiana? I mean, do you think any other announcements as our director of events you'd like to let everybody know about in the lead up to this? I mean, I know this will not be the last time we'll be on camera before the show.
Nothing specific. I would just say for myself, I'm going to be working in earnest a lot later this week on the Magic event. We will be having another Magic the Gathering event. And I've talked to a couple of people to get some thoughts and feedback because I'm trying to get people who are in kind of different points of, are they playing Magic now? Are they new? Or are they, just trying to put together an event that's going to be great for everybody. So if anyone has any thoughts or things they would like to see at that event, definitely reach out to me sooner than later. If you're interested in helping to volunteer with that event, let me know. I'm going to reach out to all of you who helped last year for sure. So expect me to reach out. Ernest, like those funny movies in the 90s. Jason's question.
Yes.
And we'll have, and we're speaking of, we're working on event stuff. You should see some more information coming up soon on other events that are happening, other ways that you can be involved and that you can be part of the events that are, you know, before, during, and after OAX, so that it's pretty much a party all week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And otherwise, make sure you follow that CAF gallery. You don't want to miss the stuff that has not been shown yet. Oh, I can't even imagine how hard it is to pick what you're going to show every day, Bill.
Yeah, I'm not sure tomorrow. I might query the team. Like, what should the next 6 pieces be? They're all so good. So yeah, it'll be fun. But we'll get it figured out, and I'm sure we'll have it dropped by sometime really early afternoon, if not late morning. But yeah, I'll throw the link in the chat one more time. Remember, you guys got to be watching this gallery so you can get updates on it. Especially yeah, your keywords are set up too. You'll get alerted on the app everywhere. Do it. Don't delay. All right, Tatiana. Well, get back to work.
I know. We got a whole bunch of emails to go through. These keep coming in while we're talking.
All right. We'll load up the Google Share with some more scans for me when the show's over, so I have some art to look at, and I'm sure we'll be talking again tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, everyone. Nice seeing all of you, and we'll talk soon, Bill.
All right. See you, Tatiana. All right. Well, that's again, you're going to be very impressed with the quality of the work. It really is. It's amazing. So, where are we going to go from here? I actually got pinged a couple times before the show by a couple of friends of mine, and I did hear that there might be somebody out there trying to impersonate me on Facebook, and that's a first. I mean, I don't know if that is a sign of notoriety or whatever it is, but if you're getting friend requests from me, it's not me. I don't do too many friend requests on Facebook. I get a lot of them, but I don't send many of them out. So if you're already a friend of mine and you get a friend request that from somebody who I think initially they didn't even have an image up there, but they might have put that image up there with me and Dan Tancredi, report it. Do not accept it. So I'm a popular guy. I don't know about that. Yeah, no. But either way, yes, literally, I think I got a text around like 8:30 by one friend, and then another one at like 10 to 9. So yes, so someone is out there trying to probably smear my good name, but either way, yeah, just report it the moment you get it. Trust me, it's not me, and I won't be upset with you when you do it. So keep that in mind. I tried searching for it right before the show. I didn't see anybody, but the screenshots I got from the last person clearly showed me with Dan Tancredi and some interesting stuff. Yeah, let's go get them. Yeah, if you figure out who it is, rough them up for me, Tom. I know you can. You can be my enforcer. I would like that. I'd record it. Oh man. So all right. So we actually don't have a whole lot of other things on the docket right now. I mean, other than stuff related to OAX, and there are some. There's going to be a bunch more announcements coming out tomorrow, and I think a few other things during the upcoming week. We just have a lot of stuff going on related to exhibitor news and a few other things. Like Tatiana hinted at, there are other events that are going to be going on, and I think we're going to start seeing the calendar get populated with those. I can guarantee you, Bub Crawl will be back. Adam Kubert is doing the graphic for it. I know that Wolvie's going to be printing T-shirts again. I have no idea where the Bub Crawl is going to go. I think he's doing something tied to City Walk in Universal, but I haven't gotten the final details on all of that. But we will be getting it soon. It's bizarro. Yeah, I have no idea, Matt. But at any rate, report those when you get them in. Bub Crawl for the win. Exactly, Sydney. It was a lot of fun last year. I didn't get to do the whole thing, but definitely it will be Friday night. That's one of the guaranteed events that are going to be out there. But look for some announcements related to the upcoming events, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. And Matt, you're going to be there. You should go on it too. Reported and deleted. See, even Derek got one. What kind of person would do something like that? I mean, seriously. I mean, they have to be pretty lame. But anyway, there are a lot of those kind of people out there. All right. Newell met Jamie Jones and Sardo at Hooters. It was a blast, and it was. All right. Now, let me go ahead. I can show off the what is this? Alberto's got a question. Hey, Bill, if we haven't heard yet from an artist after requesting the pre-OAX, should we go to them directly or should we ping you? Well, I mean, you can ping me if you really want to, but at the end of the day, it's really going to be the artist. But I don't mind, if you want to send an initial email to me, just on the wild chance, like maybe they spammed a couple of them. I don't mind doing that. I've got lists to send to most of the artists that has a full list of the pre-OAX that they've gotten. But yeah, if you haven't heard, I don't mind. I mean, reaching out. I mean, because you just never know. I did find one artist who was actually spamming them. We found it out like a month ago. I think Phil Hester actually was having his pre-OAX emails go into his spam, and we got that corrected, and he's off and running making his pre-OAX. So you never know. What else we got on here? I'm sorry, I can't. James wishes he could get. Yeah, you don't rank, James. Apparently, I'm sorry, but how do we know if it's genuine? I don't know. We don't issue COAs around here, Marcus. I'm sorry. All right, schedule wise, what do we got? I'm gonna have zingers for the first time. I didn't get to share in those last year. I missed out on all the fun, but yeah, I'm ready and raring to go with that. Now, where was okay? There's the slide. So yeah, slide is pretty sparse. I have not had the opportunity to fill it up. There are a few other shows that are on this, and I didn't get a chance to knock off Doug Landy, who we did on Tuesday, and the Anthony drop we did yesterday. Kazra was on Ink Pulp. If you guys haven't seen that, head on over to the Ink Pulp channel. I've actually got a package from Ink Pulp to open up after this. I finally got my Kickstarter rewards, which I think has a sketch card in it that I ordered. So we'll get to find out about that soon enough. But yeah, what do we got? We got next week we have the Heritage illustration preview with Sarah Jane. We have an art drop with Von Randall. It is not number 6 though on the Spider-Gwen book with Von. It's actually issue 5. Jiggy sent me issue 6 and it turned out to be issue 5. So that'd be a complete drop with Von and Jiggy next Wednesday. That'll be a good time. Kazra's going to be on the Inspired Ink podcast on the 19th, and we'll be able to share links for that. Dave Kopecki and Ben Brezel will be back for a amateur face-off on the 21st. And Matt Lowenstein, who has interviewed many of the team here at CAF and OAX, will be on here with me getting to do an interview with him, because he only is able to do his interview shows on Thursday night. So he's probably doing one right now. So we had been emailing, and we decided, well, we would just have him come over on our channel to get that out of the way. And then a friend of everyone, Alex Garcia, will be on the 10th of February. So plenty of stuff, and I can guarantee you there will be OAX programming intermixed with all of that in the lead up to the show. So, all right, let me hide this. And yeah, so there we go. No questions related to that. But yeah, they'll be programming throughout. But we don't have any sales shows on the weekends in the lead up to this, so no more Saturday sales shows. Thanks to everybody who picked up stuff at Hillary's show last week. He did all right. He sold about half of the new stuff he brought. I mean, we had showed some stuff that he didn't sell in the first show and lowered the prices, but he was happy. So, and actually, I was able to pick up. Don't tell Rick Welch, but I was able to pick up 2 Star Slayer pages from Hillary, and they'll be in the shipment when I get it. I think it's arriving tomorrow. So they weren't pieces that were shown on the show. We were talking afterwards, and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to get something from Tim Truman and you. And so he was showing me some pages, and I was like, yeah, those 2 are cool. So those are coming in very affordably priced, as much of Hillary's artwork is. Oh, Dan Goodwin says one of his Cal Mystery sketches was upgraded and done by DeMio. Congrats, Dan. You are the man. So that's going to turn out really well. I can't wait to see it. And we had DeMio did a few upgrades, or did an upgrade in the last one. And who did that go to? Wasn't it Khalil? He got a really nice piece. I know these are definitely sketch cards, but DeMio upgrade. Hey, I wouldn't mind winning one of those myself. So congrats if you get it. Well, I'm sure you're going to get it at OX. I want to see it. Okay. I will let we haven't. I think Kazra's already talked to the restaurant, and I'm sure they're going to have plenty. Miller's will be totally stocked up on zingers and sauces and mixed drinks and drink tickets. We know, Jason, he likes to be in charge of those kinds of things. He might actually be, I don't know if we can trust him with the drink tickets again, but we probably can. I don't rep anybody. But anyways, Little John says he's got one mystery sketch outstanding. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, actually, and if anybody still is waiting on a mystery sketch, I would certainly say please reach out to me and let me know. I did have a gentleman in Australia reach out to me yesterday asking about their mystery sketch. I kind of backtracked it to the rep, and as it turned out, the artist had issues because they're not in the US and not where the rep is. They had issues shipping the piece, but we got to see the scan of the piece and it was unbelievable. It was phenomenal. I won't say who the artist was. Hopefully it ends up on CAF. But the gentleman who bought the piece, who was in Australia, was very happy. They were a little, they weren't mad, but they were wondering, what had happened to it, if it had gotten lost. They never got tracking info. But once they saw the image, they were very, very happy, because this one, this was like one of the over and above efforts by one of the artists, and it was fantastic. And if I would have been smart, I just remind everybody about we did those Brian Hitch commissions, and there was a gentleman who requested a 5-figure commission, and Brian actually did a 14-character commission. And I'm not talking like background characters. He did, and these were all heroes. The guy had said, if you could do these 5, it would be cool. And but if you add in a 6th, maybe this character. And Brian went like all out, and literally, he told me, because it was an Ultimates piece, and he told me when he did it, he's like, this was the cover to the trade that I wish they would have let me draw. And it's unbelievable. Once we get it in hand and I can ship it out to the guy, I'll be happy to share it, because it was pretty freaking awesome. So I haven't seen a lot of good artwork of late. Yeah, and the commission was only like, I think that those were like $2,500 or something. So he did really well. I saw Newell's the other day too. He didn't want to see it. Good, smart move, Newell. Talk more about your commission. Yeah, no, Newell's commission is amazing. Total cover quality piece. And I got to reach out to Brian to see if we can't get those here before OAX, because I would love to hand deliver that one to you and show it off. Jason, he's calling them my Hitch pages, and he wants to get prices on them as if he already owns them. Hey, Jason, I'll bring some stuff to OAX for you. How's that? But yes, the piece that Newell got is amazing. As is somebody who asked for a World War II cap piece. Total. I mean, that one had like 10 Nazis in the background. I mean, ridiculous for $1,800. Yeah, Brian has been wanting to get back into some non Redcoat stuff, I think. But man, there's a Facebook group pinging away that I have got to silence, or we're not gonna stop hearing from them. Let me mute that all of Facebook there. Okay, there we go. So, all right, Alberto. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and play this Page I Love segment from that Kevin Sharp put together. And Kevin, well, I think Kevin's got a few more in the queue. He's I think he was a little taking some time off during the holidays, but he's got a couple all ready to go. Let me go ahead and just cue this one up. So this was well, it's an interesting piece. Actually, Alberto should be happy. The gentleman's going to be talking about a Captain America cover, one that doesn't have a lot of action on it either, but it's by a well-known artist that I know that Alberto collects too, by Mike Sachs. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Page I Love segment with Jeremy Adams, who is probably better known as a writer of comics. I think he works primarily for DC, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey everyone, time for another segment of A Page I Love. This is Kevin Sharp. I am joined today by writer Jeremy Adams, who has gone into the Marvel back catalog for his pick today, even though probably a lot of fans associate Jeremy with DC. First of all, Jeremy, welcome to the Comic Art Fans channel, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for letting me be here. I love comic books, so this is great.
So you had some difficulty narrowing down your choice.
Oh, well, so many of the choices that first came to mind had already been done.
Tell us about the cover that you chose, and when would this have first come across your eyeballs as a comics fan?
Oh my gosh, I was such a little kid. And as you know, back in the day, you could only find comics, at least where I was, we didn't have a comic book store. We had a comic book store for a 6 month period years later, but it was a little, I grew up in a town called Prescott, Arizona, and there was a little kind of market liquor store called Willow Creek Market, not too far. And they had a great spinner rack. And I still have this issue that I bought there. Not only is it, obviously the most weirdly patriot, like you've got Abe Lincoln in the corner box there, but it demands your attention. And I don't even know if I was reading Captain America, and I don't think I was. I think this is the first book I picked up of Captain America, and purely aesthetic. If I look at this, it's not just the American flag that's kind of running. It gives you an inside look at, like, there's something going on with Captain America. What does that mean? The font size is literally interesting to me because Captain America No More, the No More is perfectly aligned, and it's not smaller. It's basically the same size. But this down angle is so perfect. And Mike Zeck is such a good artist. There's something about his art that's not only kinetic and cool, but it's slick and it's beautiful. There's that great cover for an annual that's Wolverine versus Captain America, and it's iconic. But this one in particular caused me to stop, pick it up, open it, and the hook of the issue is the government basically says, hey, we own the copyright to Captain America, and if you do what we want you to do, then you can keep it. But if not, you have to return it. And so Captain America doesn't want to be beholden to the government, so he returns it. And that's when John Walker becomes Captain America later on. As an artist, to do angles is so wild to me, right? Like, and here's an angle, but also you're just capturing a bit of the flag. It's really a dynamic thing, and it captures the spirit of the whole issue. A lot of times now with comic books, my editor will just do issues before I've even come up with the thought of the script, and I'm like, oh man, So this is an incredible entry point for me for Captain America.
As a writer, obviously you just mentioned a cover might be commissioned before you've even written an issue, but in the process, if you've written an issue and then this cover comes in as representative of what you just wrote, give us your imaginary reaction here.
This is the perfect type of cover. Like, it tells you without saying anything. I mean, other than Captain America No More, where you're like, wait, what do you mean Captain America No More? It kind of elicits the drama of the situation. The flag, the dripping, paint of the flag or blood or whatever you want to call it, and him just looking demoralized. That gives you the feel of what's going to happen in the book without telling you what happens in the book. I love that. And the way it looks, the way he looks so slumped over, if I got a cover back like this, I would lose my mind. This is iconic. This is a poster quality cover. And when you get a poster quality cover, man, there's nothing like it. You just want to, as a kid, I would put them all up on my, I'd pin them, thumbtack them in bags all along my, poor mom. I had all these thumbtack holes everywhere in my room.
It's a poster quality cover where the hero doesn't really look heroic, and
No.
you also don't even see his face.
Yes. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, that's the kind of downcast look, and it's so different than the action pose or the fight against some. There's no enemy. It's it is this kind of like sad looking, sad sap cap, which is not something that's normal, right?
I have to put you on the spot with the question for every guest. Do you own any Zeck original art?
No. I didn't know original art was going to be such a weird addiction, but Fernando Passaran had given me the original art for the first appearance of a character I helped create called Gold Beetle. And I got that in the mail, and I opened it and I was like, oh no, like this is a totally different addiction, and it's way more powerful than just collecting comics, which I still do. But I've only gotten a lot of original art from begging artists I work with, and I go to conventions and stuff, and I think, maybe I'll buy a piece of original art from somebody like Zeck or whatever. Totally outside my price range. I don't know if the world knows this. Comics don't pay that much. So I see some of these original pieces of art and I about lose my mind because I really do want them. I just can't afford them. So there's always a preamble when I go to a convention where I tell my wife, like, don't look at the credit card. And then I think I'm going to do this, I'm going to buy something, and then I chicken out, you know. I started picking up the only other outside of my own work, I started actually buying my father's art. My father had drawn for Captain Atom and Alpha Flight a little bit when I was a kid. My parents divorced when I was very early, so I kind of knew this after the fact. So I would go pick up issues, and he's not a known artist, so but still, even if you're not a known artist, those pages, original pages of especially Big Two books, are they're not cheap.
Well, on that note, why don't we jump over to your work?
Yeah.
I want to call something out here. I'm going to take the wheel here for a second before you go into full promo mode. With all the hullabaloo about Batman and Deadpool, Marvel DC crossover, you, sir, have almost a secret Marvel DC crossover book. I don't know if secret is the right adjective, but I certainly hadn't heard about it until it popped.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about Fantastic Four and the Flash?
Yeah, I got a call, and it was very last minute, and they were just like, "Hey, would you do a digital, like, vertical scroller comic with Fantastic Four and Flash?" Now, for those that don't know, I've written probably like 36 issues of the Flash with Wally West. This was a Barry Allen Flash, and there's just a part of me, because that's how I started my comic career. I kind of will always say yes to something with the Flash, you know. I'm the Mikey Likes It of comics. Hey, Jeremy, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll do that. You know, they came to me and asked me to do 3 tie-ins with DCKO, and I was like, sure. You know, like I don't know how to say no is the problem. So, you know, there's one called Kids Are All Fight, about John Kent kind of having to babysit some of these other kids, drawn by Travis Mercer, who's a good friend of mine, which is fun. Also doing this thing, DCKO tie-in. It's basically a boss battle. It's going to have Homelander in it, and Samantha from Under the Trees, and Annabelle from like crazy. And it's just all these characters thrown into this thing. Sabrina from the Archie books. And then the one I'm most excited about is I've been bugging my editor. Oh, can I do a 6-issue miniseries on this intergalactic space wrestler I created called Omega Bam Man? And so they let me do kind of an annual with Kyle and Omega Bam Man and the wrestlers across the multiverse, Wham! And it's just absolutely preposterous that they let me do that. The only other thing happening next year that I can really talk about is, they've already announced it, is I wrote an adaptation of Nightfall for animation, and I've seen the movie. It's unbelievable. It's dark. It's gritty. It's definitely a task to take like 60 plus issues and boil it down into 85 minutes, but I think I did a pretty good job. So I'm looking forward to people seeing that.
All right. Well, that's a pretty interesting variety of projects people could be able to look out for. Thanks again for joining us. I know there is one particular Captain America fan in the audience who's probably very supportive of your choice.
Yes.
And we really appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry I rambled so much.
Yeah, I wonder who he's talking about. I have no idea. Is Alberto even here right now? I don't know. But yeah, thank you as always, Kevin, for that. And yeah, Kevin will be at OAX again this year. So look for Kevin on the floor. If you've never met him, just listen for his voice, and you'll be able to find him. He's easy to locate. But hey, I see Mr. Snork is ready and raring to go in his basement domain. So let's bring him here and kick this thing off, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You?
Not too bad, man. It's lots of good stuff going on. Did you see some of that? What do you think about that OAX art, man?
That's it's pretty tight. I was all over. I was on the site a couple different times today, making sure that I saw everything that came out. So it's looking good.
We're gonna be, measured, but yeah, you're gonna die. There's just so much unbelievable stuff. I mean, I won't say by whom or whatever, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think people have kind of seen what's been done the first 2 years and what does well, and they just kind of ramped up their work. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, most of the pieces were created for the show versus like turning in a cover. I mean, there are a couple of covers that are turned in, like Neil Wagner's, and I know another artist who has a published cover that they put in there that's pretty cool. But yeah, by and large, it's commission style stuff, and wow.
Is the Alan Davis OAX poster part of it?
Yes, it will be. We didn't put those on. when we were, that was the whole thing. We were, you know, that was the one thing I didn't want to do on the first drop was put the posters that we've announced so far. So the Alan Davis one will be in there. Of course, the John Romita Jr. Would be in there. The yeah, Bella Racklin and the EM Gist. Those are the ones that are out there in the wild right now. So all four of those, and there's still a, you know, we haven't shown the auction poster yet. I don't think we've seen it yet, but we have, you know, it's sometime soon. We're gonna get that one.
We're
And the
almost
fun
at
part
fever
is,
pitch
you know,
here.
what's that?
We're almost at fever pitch here.
It is, and there is one image that I completely love, and I'm not quite sure how we can use it for something because it's probably not appropriate for the badge. But boy, it needs to be a faux poster of some kind. It's just it is amazing. It's absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, I told Maureen about it, and she's like, "We got to use it for something." It's that good. But anyway, so yeah, but so it's been busy around here. Lots of good stuff. And did you hear somebody's impersonating me on Facebook? How could they do that?
I don't know what happens on Facebook.
Yeah, I know you don't
I
know
believe
anything.
it.
You're lucky that way. Just an
Is it AI
Instagram
Bill
guy.
Cox?
What's that?
Is it AI Bill Cox?
It could be. You know, you never know. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so let's you know what? I actually have some stuff to show off. A couple packages to open. When I was in Ohio, I did forget about this. I totally forgot about this piece. One of the few times that we had Mike on the show, you know, on a Wednesday show, he showed this off. I think it might have been like July or August, and I picked it up from him. Didn't cost a whole lot. Here, I'll go full screen. Where is that button? Here we go. So this was he showed it to me when I was at his house. I'm like, I don't even remember that piece, man. But you can see it says keep the hammer down, Willie.
Willie.
And I don't even, what is it? Gordon Purcell, I think is the artist. I have no idea, but clearly it came up. Everybody probably said Bill needs to own this, and so I said, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So there you go. That my $250 purchase to.
It looks like if Friends and Simonson had a baby.
That's a good way. I like that.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Well, there you go. Done in vintage, 31 years old now. Done in 95. Then here, I was supposed to, you know, Anthony and I were on the show last night, and Anthony's like, "Did you get a package from me?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, open it tonight." And I said I would, and then I forgot. So what he sent, but let's see. I had already opened it. And of course, it's double bagged. We're gonna get damaged here. Okay, it looks like you sent me a card from Jamie. Okay, what is it? It's well, I guess it's me in a Santa hat. So thank you, Jamie. All right, there we go. I got
Merry Christmas.
I think this is my third card from Jamie that I'm now the proud owner of. Okay, then I got a package from Tom McDonald.
Ooh.
And I cut the top open so I can get into it easy. And what do we got here? It says, "Oh, thanks for making time to talk about the Titans poster, Tom." And he has sent me. I think, what is this? Is this one of those UK or I think it is those UK comics? Look at that, the superheroes. It's kind of like a redo of the Magneto cover, but with Mimic, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It's got it was 8 pence, I guess, or no, the price tag says 15 pounds at the top. All right, cool, Tom. Thank you. I will read it with glee. From 1975.
A good year.
Oh yeah. Good. Oh, that's true. That's right. All right, and then I did get my ink pulp. You know, we had Sean on back when we were promoting the ink pulp sketchbook thing that he was doing, or art book that he was doing, and he was promoting the fact that he was doing some. I think he was doing taking 6 sketch cards. So, all right, so opening it up, I have got this book.
It's a good looking book.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Well, yeah, it's well designed.
Oh, heck yeah. And then hardbound one as well. Here, I guess if we gotta hold it
Nice.
where this thing's in focus. All right, so I got both of those, and I did do the sketch card option. I took one of the 6. So let's see here. Thanks. Lots of stickers.
Yep.
Okay, I asked for a Thor, and I got a Thor. Oh,
Oh, nice.
look at that.
The light effect is great.
Yeah, I remember when we had him on, he was talking about how he had had some conversations with like Chris Stevens, and how he handled color or thought and thought about color theory. And he was trying to employ some of that. So yeah, that
Oh.
came out really good. I wasn't sure if he was going to hold on to this and give it to me at OAX, but I'll have to bring it with me and thank him. Try to get a
Yeah.
photograph with him. Yeah, that came off great. Dang. Not what I was expecting. I really didn't have a vision in mind, with the piece, but no, I think it turned out great.
Well, one of the things I like about his style is that he pushes, kind of what we think about a character, especially with palette. He'll do crazy stuff with the palette on a character that you would never think would work, and you see it and you're like, oh, okay, I see what
right,
you
like
did.
doing like that on Ghost Rider,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Purple on the skull. Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool. I even got I got a patch.
There you go.
I don't know what I'll put it on, but I got a patch.
Put it on your
All right.
motorcycle jacket.
All right. Well, thank you, Tom, Sean, and Anthony, and Mr. Mike Berkey for that piece of art that I paid for. All right. Moving right along. You don't have anything to unbox, right?
I do not. Nope.
You're saving up for OAX,
I'm
aren't you?
keeping my powder dry, buddy.
All right. That's what we like to hear.
Yep.
Newell, yes, I did. I did get your letter. I thought about opening it on stream, and then I was like, it
You
seemed
didn't
like
want all the glitter to fall out.
I didn't. Well, it was an envelope, and it came from like Stingray Studios or something. What's on your outside on that letter on your letterhead? I can't even remember now, but I saw it. I was gonna take a picture of it, and I think I threw it out. I hate to say it, but it's all good. But I did get it, Newell. I did, and it was a very, very nice letter. I'm glad. I mean, very thoughtful, and obviously, we totally appreciate all the stuff that you do out there in the comic art world as well, with your stream and unboxing and talking about IC3, all of that. So we definitely. I mean, as a community, man, we're all in this together, trying to just make this whole world of collecting original art a better place. Even when you get drawn as Santa. That's gonna go. Put that on the back wall too.
You look so young.
All right, let's get on with the update here. What do we got? I got some heritage picks to look at. Let me switch screens over here, and we can talk about heritage, and then we can look at the EXP video, because I know Nick does have a show tomorrow. He
does indeed.
forget what he's doing. He's got I think it's a Bagley art show or something like that. He has a focus, but we'll find out. All right, so what did I pick? It was actually kind of a weak week for heritage. A couple interesting things, but nothing that I even thought was like really outstanding. I think I only found like one piece that I decided would be worth following, just to see. I don't even, and it was so obscure I don't even remember what it was. But speaking of obscure, this is a John Romita Jr. Set of like Kiss pencil illustrations.
Oh wow!
I just thought were funny. I'm like,
Is it
okay.
autographed?
He's got Stan Lee's autograph on it. Oh, it does have Ace on there too.
Really?
I didn't even read that. But heck, the Kiss autographs are probably going to be worth more than the piece. I don't know, but either way, I thought it was funny, and I knew there'd be somebody out there who'd appreciate these.
Well, I know Doug Pfluger's a fan.
Is he?
Of Kiss, yeah.
My brother was
JR, but
when my brother was like 6 years old, he was in the Kiss Army. I remember him getting, he literally signed up. I mean, he was a headbanger stoner from the time I think he could first speak. But I remember like one of the coolest things he got from the Kiss Army was a handheld radio that had, I mean, it was like had fire on it, and had all the 4 Kiss members on it, and just like one of those radios with just the little punch holes on it for where the speaker was, and just a dial to turn it on and up. And man, we played the crap out of that. But anyway, so there you go. Something different. Maybe not on its artistic merit because it is just very lightly done. But yeah, cool. But this next piece I thought was really nice. So this is one of the standouts. So Bill Sienkiewicz, Moon Knight 13 page, with Daredevil on it as well as Moon Knight. But yeah, I kind of thought it was awesome. Especially,
That's
I mean,
great.
just this panel with Daredevil on it, cool. Last panel with them jumping, man, yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's nice. And what was the name of it? The Jester? Wasn't that the villain? Right
I
here?
think that's right. Yeah.
Out of the way, you crazy jerk. Okay, that's what it says. Anyway, so yeah, I think that might have been one of the best pieces in there. But then there was this Alex Ross Marvels. Okay, they're not all stinkers, but decent piece. I know a lot of people love this book, and you're one of them. Yeah.
I wouldn't say Kingdom Come more for me is
Okay.
the Alex Ross book, but I mean, it's hard to say you don't like Marvels, right? I mean, it's pretty
Exactly.
good.
M Studios. Yes, I did receive the sketch cards, and oh my gosh, I think I set them. I think I actually put them into my sketch card case. I'll make sure if I can't find them when I'm showing the EXP video, I will make sure I show them next week. I apologize for that. I opened that package late, and then I think I put them away. But thank you for reminding me. So yes, Alex Ross on this one. Then this next one's fun. This is a piece I thought about, and I think this is a piece I saved. Okay, now I remember I shouldn't be showing it. Al Jaffe, and it's a San Diego Comic-Con fold-in from 2010.
Ooh.
I mean, come on. I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, shoot, if Al Jaffe were around, we might be asking him to do an OAX auction poster, right? I mean, wouldn't that be so damn cool to have a Jaffe fold-in?
Similar to this, I could see, honestly.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I saw this. Yeah, this is definitely the piece I tracked now that I'm seeing it. Yeah.
I mean,
thought
you
I
were
did.
saying recently that if you were going to get one, it would have to be a fold-in.
Yep. And here it is, right? I mean,
Mhm.
what's the bid on it already? 290. It's probably gonna do pretty well. I mean, come on, it's comics related,
Yeah.
and I can't see it not maybe doing at least as good as other stuff. But yeah, no, this is cool. Anyway, I like that piece. I don't know why that guy's he's showing off his rear end there though. Sign of the times.
Pants up.
Yes. Then for you, Why the Last Man fans, this is from issue 49 of Pia Guerra piece. This one. I liked the way the lighting was handled. Very textural.
Mhm.
A lot of it's all ink splatters and stuff, but I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, nice and
As-
clean.
Yep, Jose Marzan inks there. He was at the first OAX, of course, and there you go. Then what was the rest of it? Oh, this was funny. I actually went to see George Perez in a play because he loved to act, and he was down here in Florida. And I don't
Hmm.
think it was Arsenic and Old Lace, but he usually did the program,
Sure.
the playbills for the plays that he would be in. And so this was from Arsenic and Old Lace, and probably way better than any production company would have ever gotten for their playbill. But
Yeah.
somebody must have known he had done it, and they picked it up.
Huh.
I think I
I
saw
never knew that.
he was I think I saw him in a play where he was Daddy Warbucks. It was honest to God, I think that's what it was because I went with my in-laws to go see it because for some reason I was down in Florida by myself and they were like, "Hey, that guy George Perez, is in a play," and so I know there's photographs somewhere of me with him when we did that like 15 years ago. But anyways, something
Crazy.
cool, something different,
Yeah.
something very unique to George. Then this is a Amazing Spider-Man splash
Ooh.
by Eminem. It's Mockingbird, of course, but just
Yeah.
great. Rob
Wow.
Badger inks on this thing are fantastic. I mean, this is a nice piece.
Yeah.
Then I like Tom Strong as a book, and this is Sprouse and Carl Story, just just great stuff. I mean, I don't know what I can't remember.
Man,
Don't remember the story and what they're wrangling in there, but it doesn't matter.
Story's really getting after it on here. Woo.
Yeah. Isn't he? I mean, it's nice. Very, very nice. And I'm missing some of the chat. Jason's going to be at OAX. He wouldn't miss it for the world.
Of course.
He's going to be holding down the fort at the fire pit, I think, is what he said. After Miller's where he's passing out
Yeah.
some drink coupons and stuff. Yeah, he'll be at the fire pit. Then this was kind of cool to see. EM Gist. It's a variant cover to I can't remember what
Predator
Avengers.
versus Blade, it looks like.
Right, but it says it's a variant cover to Avengers 58. So
Oh,
that's
sure,
kinda-
like a theme month.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
But I mean, Gist obviously is going to be at OAX, but I love his stuff, man. This is really, really, really nice. I love the blues in here. I mean, just carrying through the characters and the graveyard. Yeah, that's slick. And I think it's only at $10 right now, everybody.
Wow.
It's just starter Gist if you want. I'm sure it's not going to end anywhere near that. But
No.
and then this one caught my eye. I was having a hard time finding number 10, and then as a thumbnail, I like the image. I usually like go through the list just once. I actually had to scroll back up, and I was halfway through it, and then I came across this one. So it's Roger Robinson and James Pascoe. So a lot of people know James. This is an Azrael page, and I love the layout. I love the heavy use of blacks in here to kind of silhouette and outline the characters. Thought it was a really nice piece, and Roger Robinson isn't somebody who I think we've talked about too often before. So there we go. So there we have it. That is my those are my heritage picks. So now we can look at the EXP video, and while that's playing, I'm going to see if I can figure out where those sketch cards went. I know I packed them away, but here, let me cue up the video here. So Nick, of course, is on tomorrow at 7 on the EXP with a very focused show, I believe.
Everybody, it's been a bit since before the holidays. We've had special guest presenters, but this Friday, January 9th, on the Original Art Experience, I'm back, and we have original art. Now, before I get into it, wherever you're seeing this promo, hit that thumbs up, sharing is caring, and wherever you're watching this promo, make sure you're subscribed. And if you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed, and hit that bell for notification. But I said like it the first time, and hitting the bell's the same thing. So I'm out of practice, so I'm getting back into this. Let's start with, this is going to be a big week. We've got Eddie Brock Carnage #1, historic first appearance on the cover by Mark Bagley. This is a huge series and an unbelievably fantastic cover. Invincible Iron Man #1. This has every Iron Man armor ever created by Mark Bagley. I'm going to bring back this What If Galactus one more time. It's just so cool. And it's a homage to, I think, a Tales to Astonish cover, but it might have been a Tales of Suspense pre-Marvel. Then I'm going to have some really great pricing on Darkwing Duck. We have 3 covers, all by Bagley, and this is really cool. And I'm going to bring these in at incredible pricing. You got to tune in; you won't believe the pricing. Now we're going to have a lot of Spider-Man, a whole lot of Spider-Man, and a good amount of this. Let's look right down here with little Normie Osborn too. This one will kill me to sell because see right here, that looks like my nephew Gabriel when he smiles for a picture. So if it doesn't sell, I'm giving it to him. Just got some great art. Here's a little bit more, just going down the Spectacular Spider-Man row. You gotta love a bunny that's dropping carrots on people, right? Maybe you don't. We're gonna have one Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man page by Humberto Ramos, one by Mark Buckingham to mix it up, a few Jay Lee covers. We're gonna have this brilliant #3, page 16 and 17, and I'm debating whether or not to make it a best offer. I probably will. Then we've got Wildfire from the Legion of Superheroes. I think I mentioned the Jay Lees. We will have a Green Lantern Corps. Pencils by Criss Cross. Inks by Scott Hanna. Blue Line. Feel free on Friday to ask me what a Blue Line is. And then we will have more Spectacular Spider-Man. This is the only... Oh, look at little Normie Osborn. This is the only... the last show these will appear in. So, this Friday, January 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the original art experience. I look forward to being seen by you then. Have a great one.
We will. And I guess what were you wishing for? I wish we had a grizzly guy like we have a Razorback guy.
You know that weird Marvel villain Grizzly? He
I
looks
do. I do. Yep.
I mean, we have a Razorback guy. Why can't we have a Grizzly guy?
There's a collector for everything out there.
There is.
And I bet there is a grizzly guy out there. We just
I actually have one piece of art that has Grizzly on it, believe it or not. But
you do not. You
I
didn't
do.
get that a published piece, of course, right?
yeah, it's the cover for that last Thing limited series. Nick Bradshaw did all those Thing covers.
Yeah.
The first one is like every guy he fights in the whole limited series, and Grizzly is right there.
Dang. Well,
Yeah.
you might be starting a movement.
I probably have more Grizzly art than I would be willing to bet anybody in the chat.
The 95% of the collecting community. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's probably true. But hey, Michael McLean, I did actually find the sketch cards. I did put them away. I totally, I hate to say that. So let's see. So Michael sent me a package, and he just sent me a bunch of sketch cards that we can use as giveaways whenever we like. So I appreciate that, Michael. So well, actually, I'll go full screen. We can show them off real quick here before we do the rest of the cap update. So we got some DC girls right there. We've got a Scarlet Witch piece. There was like a connecting set here too, wasn't there? I probably won't hold it right, but let's see, like that. We have 3 characters on on 3 sketch cards, or no, not 3 characters, 5 characters on 3 sketch cards. On some DC Comics cards, and then what else we got here? Boy, this should be a gift for for Matt Tutulio, right there. Then we have yep. And oh, that's Starfire. That's good. And then we have Doctor Strange playing a guitar. That's cool. Right there. That kind of looks like Chuck Arnold. You know, if Chuck could probably dress as Doctor Strange, and he would look pretty good at it. Ghost Rider. Yeah, man. So there we have it. So thank you, Michael. I appreciate this. I know you emailed me about asking me to send you some sketch cards, and I think I was knee deep in Cal at the time. So I appreciate you just taking things in your own hands, putting pen to sketch card and sending these out. I will definitely make sure that we use them in giveaways in the future. Thank you so much. I'll make sure we'll do one next week during the CAF update. There you go. Chuck is dressed as Doctor Strange right now.
What an odd coincidence.
How did we know? With that same shit-eating smile on his face he's got right there.
He's thinking about John Byrne in that photo.
He's jamming out right there, but with no pants. All right. All right, moving right along. Okay, CAF update. This is for the end of 2025 and the beginning of 26. Right, I think it's the 28th through the 4th.
Yeah.
What do we got? Everybody was doing great after Christmas. I think the week before everybody was sort of slowing down, but dealers did great. Let's see. I think it was $532,000 for comic card dealers from that window. Man, oh man, people wanted to get their art buys in before the end of the year. Maybe maybe they needed some expenses. I don't know. But Albert Moy,
tax considerations.
Albert and his Jim Lee art, he sold 17 pieces for $269,000 in this window. So he made half of that all by his lonesome. And Berkey, 26 sales, $197,000. So between them, the total between them is like $464,000.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then rounding out the top 5, Anthony Snyder, 59 sales, $25,000. Panel Page, 5 sales, $20,000. And Splash Page Art, 26 sales with $15,000. I don't know what did Mark drop at the end of the year. I don't remember that, but he made the list. So good for him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the video and we can see the top 6 sales from dealers last week. It's got to be a piece from Albert to start us off, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like it. Oh yeah. Let's see. It's a Hush 2 issue 158 variant covers B and C went for $120,000.
Wow.
Wow. It is good to be Jim Lee and Scott Williams. And speaking of Jim Lee and Scott Williams, this one went for $100,000. This is the issue 159 cover. No A, B, or C in this one at all. Straight up what it is. But Berkey comes in number 3. We have a Captain America 223 cover, and it was John Byrne and Ricardo Villamonte for $40,000 on this one. Then another one from Mike. This was Vampirella Death and Destruction issue 2 cover. This one has the asking price of $32,000 on it. I think Mike would say ooh la la to that. And what do we got here? Another one by Mike. Star Wars movie poster artwork. Says from 1977, Tom Young.
The concert prelim for the one that just sold at Heritage.
Well, that one went for 28. And then this Mobius piece was sold by Albert. It's a spot illustration of some kind in heavy metal. Went for $25,000. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wasn't really looking at the screen. I want to see it again. I'll have to check it out after we're all done here. All right, auction houses. Auction houses had a good week too. They what was it? 379,000 compared to 277 the week before. eBay, what was eBay? 130. Heritage Weekly 223, and their animation auction on Tuesday reached $25,000. That's one of the higher weeks for them. So let's take a look at the top 3 from eBay and then Heritage. First up, this Ryan Otley Invincible cover to issue 118. This one went for, and I did check, it was accurate, $10,500.
Wow.
Yeah, Otley's hot. Otley is actually the artist on the second piece, which is a blank sketch cover. Now, it was listed at eBay at a $4,000 sale, but it did sell with a best offer. Still, strong price, $2,850. So that makes the $10,000 published cover sound about right now. And then Daniel Warren Johnson. This is from Jurassic League issue 5, the cover to that. And this one sold for $3,699.99. But over at Heritage, this Rick Griffin, kind of a alt artist, this Moses illustration went for $27,500. Did not feature that one last week. Cal New, this is a Harley Quinn variant cover. Went for $11,875.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. And then for those who love Frank Thorne, James, this Red Sonja illustration went for $6,562.50. Plenty of skulls on this one. If Frank were alive, we could have him do a piece for OAX with all the skulls that we've seen so far. The beheadings. So yeah, good week for everybody. What was the number one? We don't highlight the animation auctions. What was the top selling piece from the animation auctions? Was a sell from Peanuts with Charlie Brown and Lucy, and it went for $960. I really don't know anything about the animation art market, but there you go. A Cinderella piece and a Pinky and the Brain production, so round out the top 3 there. Okay, on to the picks. Now, did you know that I had picked a Mannix piece before you picked your Mannix piece? And did you know that my piece was from Lance and your piece was from Lance?
No.
Lance gets a twofer this week.
He's the guy.
He is the guy. All right, so let's see what we got here. All good stuff. It was it's funny when I go through this, I thought we were going to be overwhelmed with the with new art here posted, for the best ofs. I was really worried about that, but I didn't feel that. There was a lot of great art.
There was, there were a few pieces where I was like, okay, clearly this one's coming in under the wire, wanted to be a candidate. There were a few of those, but to your point, it wasn't like slap you in the face type of thing.
Right, and a couple pieces I didn't pick. I mean, like that Halpern Batman page. We're going to see that a lot, over next week when we're looking at best of stuff. I thought about that when I'm like, we've seen it, and a lot of people comment on it. Right. Oh yeah, without question. So okay. So we can dive into things here. So whose calf gallery are we in? Guido Debut from the Netherlands. I know I've been in their calf gallery a bunch. So this is Pierre Alleri.
I wasn't familiar. I actually wasn't familiar with the artist, which is I think one of the reasons that I picked it. But I thought what he did with the negative space with the horse was so clever. Like typically when you see something like that, it's a building or an architectural element or like maybe a mailbox or, you know, something innocuous, something that's like much less important to what's going on in the image. But like it reads as a horse, like you have to look, you know, there's like the shapes that make up the mane, and then, you know, he's clearly on the horse, and you do get the detail with the tail. But I just thought using the horse as the negative space to like frame the image of the character, I'd never seen that before, and I thought, you know, that alone is kind of worth highlighting.
It's funny, when I first saw that, I didn't understand what it was, and now that is such a great element to
Yeah.
frame this illustration. My goodness,
And you can
you're right.
say, you can
never
say
seen
that
anything
that's
like
a
it.
negative, like having to think about what it is, but I kind of disagree. Like, because it keeps your interest for like a few seconds longer to be like, what is it? And then you realize it's a horse, and you're like, oh, it's clever.
James says it's an ox. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Well, hey,
I didn't
if
think
it's an ox,
I think
it's an ox. I have no idea, but that is, you're right. That's totally cool. I wonder what is it? What the size of this thing is? Huh? Nope.
Even if it said the European paper size, I wouldn't know how big that was anyway. So, oh, it's big.
Yeah, it's huge.
What
Shoot.
is this? What is that? A4?
Where's Jiggy when we need him?
Yeah,
It's
right.
whatever. James says it can be whatever we want it to be. James is an ox. Jason's on fire tonight.
He is. He's on a tear.
Is he at the bar tonight? I don't
I
know.
was.
And you always hit the bar before, you know, it's the gym, then the bar, then back home.
I do not. Erroneous.
All right. Well, this is Jay Lee, and I know we don't always pick a lot of stuff by Jay Lee. It's always very nice, but I like this piece too when I saw it. You know, all pencils, like I think I kind of prefer seeing his pencils over his inks these days, just to see how talented he is as a penciler.
Yeah.
You know, this embodies the, you know, the physical qualities of Absolute Batman almost better than Nick does. I mean, it's just tiny head, giant muscles, freakish in nature. Almost feel, you know, almost the pose is like, this could be like Frankenstein in its
Yeah,
own weird way.
you are taking the words right out of my mouth. I mean,
Yeah.
I absolutely, all of that, echo all of that, especially about the quality of the pencils. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, more than anything, the bat, the little head, like honestly, even the size of the axe, which to your point, like Nick typically draws, like it's pretty massive. You get Jay doing like large anatomy, and it's on Batman. I mean, it's a kind of a wild mashup, but he's a wild mashup of the character in the first place. And I think putting Jay, like layering Jay's style into all that, makes this so effective.
Right. Yep. No, I agree. I think it's really cool, and it is very kind of a Wrightson-esque kind of pose. I think that's why I see Frankenstein. But yeah, it's nice. It's really good. And Teddy M. I mean, I know I've seen the name, but I can't say that I've follow their calf. I'll have to check that out. So Marcus got number one comment, like he usually does. All right, where are we going to from here? The Authority cover. Now, I know I've seen this before. I feel like it's, you know, maybe it's recently changed hands, clearly, for it to get posted to calf. But Art Adams and Tim Townsend, right? Yeah, Townsend did on this piece from the Authority. Hey, anytime you
get to see much, you know,
no, not at all.
So that by itself is very cool. But this was kind of a weird time on the book. Like, in my opinion, like Seth and that whole thing, like, was a really, I don't know, kind of an odd foray from what I felt like we were used to with the Authority. So it has that going for it. But then, as I recall, when this came out, I was like, Art Adams did an Authority cover. So it had this automatic, like, I got to look at this, you know? And so that's really what I associate this with, was being like really excited to see that Art did this cover.
Yep. No, agreed. I mean, I remember when I first saw it, I had no idea he had done an Authority cover either. And no, it's great. It's a beautiful image. And I'd be happy to own this.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
This is, and what is it, 2001? Okay, so it is a while ago, almost 25 years ago. Okay. Oh. And Skrilla 1212.
Yep.
16-year veteran of the website has posted this. This is cool, man. Very, very nice. And did it squeak in for the best of opportunity? Let's see. Nope. 1/2/2026. Yeah. You got to wait another year. All right. Now this one, put
Come
my
on.
Lumpkin away now. Come on. When you saw this, it made you smile, didn't it? Just like
Oh,
it is right now.
I absolutely love Ed McGuinness. Mark Farmer inking him is such a treat for a bunch of like really obvious reasons when you look at this. Like those textures on the black parts of the FF's costumes are so
Mhm.
perfect. Like all the sharp little edges and the thick to thins on the thing's skin, like so well done. Like he does that little piece with Reed is breaking the Reed's body or his arm or whatever is all stretched out and breaking the panel border on the left. This whole book is an absolute masterclass on how to draw the thing in my book because it's all splash pages. The whole thing, every page is either a splash or part of a DPS. And like this is one of the best ones. So, bravo for picking this thing up.
Oh my goodness. For whatever reason, I did not see Reed said before. I don't know how looking at it, I didn't see that. But no, this is it. It's fantastic. And it is in Mr. Dave Hitch's calf gallery, isn't it? Yes, it is. Man, Steve just gets good stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't pick up stinkers at all. I don't know.
I'm really hoping to
good
see this
guy.
in person the next time I visit Chicago.
Wow. What does Jason say? I can't believe this made it to Chicago and didn't get stolen by the mailman.
They don't route their mail through me, Jason.
Joe wants to, it's Sue a fembot. She must be, clearly.
He's an impossible bot.
Yeah, there you go. But nice pickup for Steve. I mean, he's he really does. I mean, I follow his calf gallery like I'm sure a lot of people do, and he's just one of those guys like Crow, like Paul P. That you know that whatever they post is going to be of interest. It just there's always something.
And like often sort of a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Very true. And yes, he is a Marvel guy, #1 Marvel fan. That is very true. Next up, so this is who's calf gallery in first? Let me see here. YQ. YQ is member. Okay, 7 years. So a cool piece, very kind of minimalist, I think.
Yeah, I mean you don't see Mitch work traditionally, so that's part of the reason I picked it was because it's a rare bird. I really like the effect that he has with the streaking on Adam's like globe, that goes over his head. But great tonal work. I think it's a little bit like imposing. The pose is imposing, no pun intended. And he's got that really stern look on his face. I like this actually more in black and white than I did in color, and I was a fan of the color cover in the first place.
Did he upload the cover as well?
Yeah, there's a second.
Oh, he did. Okay. Spinning away. Well, we're not going to get to see the color cover. We can see the thumbnail of it right there. Okay, well, it is what it is. No, I think it's pretty cool too. And it's just probably done by an 11x17. It doesn't say. All right.
I would think so, yeah.
Well, cool. Congrats to YQ. The right stuff. Yeah, it kind of has that kind of vibe, doesn't it, Mark?
A little bit.
Okay, next up. This is in Lance's calf gallery.
It's not honestly one of my which I found a little disappointing, but it is what it is.
Yeah. This is honestly one of my favorite Fantastic Four covers. Honestly.
I think a lot of us, it's a favorite, right?
It's such a classic image, and it's so appropriate for Mannix to be redoing it. But yeah, the recreation is great, and gosh, yeah, Lance
he's so good at doing the type. Like the fonts, he nails all the fonts, like the logo, the letter, or the masthead, like the whole deal. The corner box here is hysterical because it's just their foreheads. So you get all the Mannix eyes and and those itty bitty little heads. I always thought it was hysterical that Paste Pot Pete is rappelling down Medusa's hair.
Right.
And so like it takes everything that's like kitschy and unique about that cover, and like having Mannix redo it just amps all that up.
And yeah, one of the things I always loved about the coloring back then, doing the cityscapes just in that gray, just drops everything back, focuses on the characters and stuff. And I've never thought to say that until I see this Mannix piece where it's done like that, and
True.
you realize how useful that is to help the characters pop. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Sandman's awesome in this. I mean,
Right.
it's perfect piece for Mannix.
I made a comment. My comment was, I think my favorite part's Johnny. The look on his face is just priceless.
Yeah, he's happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, good piece. I've actually been wanting to go back and see the recent FF movie because I saw it in the theaters and I was like, okay, it's kind of. I thought the guy who did Johnny was okay.
Yeah.
So I want to go see it again. But let's see. So good, Lance, you win. We don't get to see the shag carpet for a backdrop. Oh, wait a minute. What will we get to see this image? Come on,
With the artist himself.
There we go. Oh, and see, that's the image I used for the show cover.
I should have known that you were going to pick that, and then that we would have two covers, two Mannixes, two from Lance. But
exactly,
yeah.
Lance deserves it. He's such a gentleman, and he probably let him out just for a little while. Just play around in the backyard.
It's so dark in the basement.
It is. It really is. All right. Well, I got to get my like on that one and move on to the next piece. So Mark Schultz. We both love Mark Schultz. This is is it a published cover?
I think it's the cover of his last sketchbook.
Okay.
So technically it's.
I mean,
the visual layering that he gets here is like absolutely unbelievable. Obviously he achieves it with tone, but he also achieves it a little bit with level of detail. Because what you're seeing in the foreground is super detailed. He does drop it back a teeny bit, surprisingly, for Mark Schultz on those dinos. But then the back is really more open sky. There's a couple of hints of like pteranodons or whatever in the sky back there. But he really does it in two different ways, which I think is kind of a hallmark of Mark Schultz's, in my opinion. But what I was thinking when I was looking at this more than anything is that Mark Schultz, he's gotten better. And like, he came from a place of being like such an impeccable illustrator. And I think this is a couple years old. I mean, talk about still got it. I mean, I think he's better.
Yeah, I think it said 2023 on
it.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, the layering as well, clearly, the way he's put so much detail and, the darker rendering with the inks on the characters and the cliff that they're on, and then just really dropping all the dinosaurs back like that with the lighter. But, it's lighter, but it's still heavily detailed.
Yeah.
All of those dinosaurs. I love it. I don't know if I'll ever own a Mark Schultz because it's like the piece, you want to have something by them, but it's like he's an artist. I just don't know if I'll ever buy one. Although I admire every piece I get to see. And Duke picked up this one. He continues to branch out, and
he's smarter than you and I is what that means, because we don't have one yet.
Yeah, that's probably true. But he will be at OAX. Everybody.
That's the rumor.
That is the rumor too. The tickets have been bought. I saw when the order came in. So I'm excited. I know he's excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah. That's it's going to be a party, man. All Lance, Duke. I mean, we're hitting it right here.
Marcus.
Come on, Marcus. Get off your rear end. No more cardboard standees. Of you. You're gonna have to come in person. No video clips that you play. None of that. But congrats to Duke on this one. It's definitely a keeper. And then I saw this piece too. I would have picked it, but you picked it first. OMAC DPS by Giffen and Koblish. Let's see if I can. This will be a better way to do it. There we go. Man.
So I understand this is Giffen 2 weeks in a row for me, and both of them are Kirby homage. But man, I saw this and so I had an OMAC DPS of my own once upon a time. I unfortunately sold it, but it's actually that same. It's an homage to that same image where OMAC is bowling over all these soldiers. You get a lot of, obviously there's tons of Kirbyisms in here. But Giffen pushes it. It's more soldiers, it's more rubble, it's more action, it's more insane angle. So he just really took that original image and ratcheted it up. And when you think you can't out Kirby, then Giffen comes along and does his thing.
Yeah, I mean the way the figures are all strewn about. I mean this is
Yeah.
like the Kirby, and the way they're kind of stretched too. I mean that's the way he'd handle it. I mean all that. Giffen knows what he's doing, and
Oh, yeah.
Kolish did a pretty good job inking this one
Really
as well.
good.
Yeah, no, I trust me. This was on my short list to pick as well, and then I got
It's
yours. And like, all right,
incredible.
I'm done. Do you? I don't know if you do this. I know when Jason does his picks, he actually adds them to a favorite gallery temporarily, and then that's how he shares it with me.
Oh,
And I've done that a few times since then because I
Hmm.
keep forgetting about his methodology, but it works, right? Because then he just shares it with me, and I kind of copy paste out of his favorite
Yeah.
gallery, and then he deletes it when he's done.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, this is a good one. This is a really, really, really nice one. And oh, it's in Shemp's calf gallery. I did not even realize that. Congratulations, Caesar. This is a
Yeah,
great
that's a
one.
beauty. He's got a good eye for Giffen, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does. Now, oh, this was in Tulio's calf gallery, right? This was was it Zach and Rubenstein? That's right.
Yeah.
So let's just see if we can zoom in a little bit there. There we go.
So there's like a bunch of really good reasons for me to pick this. One is that I so clearly remember seeing this in official handbook when I was a little kid. I mean, I think I read this in 3rd or 4th grade. And back then, like, I didn't know anything about anything. But when you see Black Bolt's costume and you're in 3rd or 4th grade, you're like, oh man, who is this guy? And then you read his profile and like all that. And like, I didn't know who Mike Zeck was really at the time either, but I would find out much later and fall in love with his artwork. And so, this has got an awesome character. I absolutely love Black Bolt by one of my very favorite Marvel artists from a very formative book for me. So I could not pick it.
Yeah. Are they fighting words when Chuck Arnold says he thinks Burns' Black Bolt was better?
Here's the thing. DeTulio has them both. He has the Burn too, so you could just put them right. If you're mad,
the right home.
lay them right by side by side, and then you yell at Chuck.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm sure they're both really nice. I like the way Byrne drew Black Bolt. He kind of was a more he wasn't as like built, I guess, as he is in
Doesn't
here.
look this cool.
Byrne drew him. But no, I mean, Rubenstein did a great job kind of keeping all the Zekisms in this piece, like he did with every handbook
he
character.
didn't really step on much.
No, not at all. But congrats to Matt, definitely. We know he's a huge Black Bolt fan. He got that nice Palumbo piece last year at OAX. Yeah. So he gets the modern and he gets the classics. Okay, and then Yo, I picked one from Yo too, and he dropped a lot of good stuff, during this window. But this is Samney, as always. We know he's a favorite of yours and mine. This piece, though, just the cityscape alone. I mean, I almost didn't care. It's Batman is like kind of inconsequential to the image.
Doesn't matter. Catwoman doesn't matter.
Right, exactly. I mean, the angle, the rain, it's just an amazing cityscape, and presented in a kind of an angle that we're I'm just not used to, because we're looking over and into this chasm in the city.
Yeah, you get the very edge of the roof line, right, where Catwoman is jumping off of, and it's that like vertigo inducing, like the angle and like I guess the steepness kind of what he drew in the background really makes it feel like, oh my God, they're way up there. So like that illusion of depth that he gave the piece is like really incredible. And like he didn't skimp in any of the architecture. Like a lot of times, he likes a thick line, like a heavy line in places, and that the right half of the piece, which is like the lighting is different, obviously, but like there are not a lot of shortcuts here. He really dialed everything like right in. And I just, like we kind of both said earlier, the figures are like, it's cool, but like they're almost inconsequential to this, because it's just a beautiful, like, Gothic work of architecture piece.
Right, and this is a piece like, if Sean Gordon Murphy were you doing it, there'd be a lot of ink wash in it. I love the fact that
Mhm.
there's none of that. I mean,
Nope.
we get some areas that
Gradient.
feel like they could be like a gray tone, but it's more like,
Yep.
it's more tight areas where the way he's just handling the lines differently. But yeah, this is it's just absolutely amazing. And you're getting a lot of crap in the chat. Did you see that?
I know.
Yeah,
I was actually
waving
thinking,
to the
so
subjects like the Queen of England. I mean, you're getting they're stomping on you right
Jason
now, Chris.
Jason missed last week's show, and I picked Mignola twice, so I thought I should pick Somni this week. So he's got something to
Make up
bust
for
my
it.
balls about. And it worked.
Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, I like this piece a lot too. I mean, I think it got a fair number of views, so it kind of kept coming up in a rotation for me while I was
Mm.
looking at CAF last week. So no, I thought I love it. I really like it a lot. And Yo Curry did really well with this one.
Yeah.
Did he get this one in time? See, he got this in right on the 31st. I don't know if anybody was watching that or I was on CAF because I was posting a few things. There was literally just art it kept going up every like 10 minutes.
Really?
The last update thing was always only 10 minutes worth of people because people were just
Wow.
posting so much stuff. I don't know what the count was for the day, but it never stopped. It was fun. It should always be like that.
That'd be great.
Yeah. All right. So because I picked something from Yo and I picked something from Lance, I decided to pick two extras. So I threw them in here at the start of my list. This was in whose cap gallery was this? S Riz. Um, I just just had a laugh when I saw it. I mean, this is an image that I don't even know DC, and I've seen this image before, and I
Sure.
just thought these are fun. It's a fun image, and I don't know if it got a lot of views though, because I think it did it go up just recently. Oh no, it actually went up on the 27th.
Hmm.
Wow. So this was added for the it had to have been added for the best ofs. But yeah, Brayfogle and who are the inks? Klein. So anyways, a memorable image that that I know nothing about, but I've seen the image in print before. So anytime I can recognize a DC image, it means it's got to be special in some way.
It's got a psychotic, ventriloquist dummy on it with a broken
Mhm.
arm and a Tommy gun. What else? What else could you ask for?
Exactly. And this man sobbing, crying with, I guess, with glee, it looks like in the corner. And only DC can have a villain named the Ventriloquist.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Next up. Okay. This one, everybody was talking about this Zach. I mean, I didn't pick this Zach because he's your Zach. I picked it because everybody was talking about it. Zimmelman paint on this one, and
Yep.
I think there was some who hullabaloo about it. But Joe Kidd posted it to kind of let everybody know that how he had picked it up and everything. And I thought, oh, it wasn't on my list, but I added it in as my 12th just because it was talked about a bit, and it is cool. I mean, Zimmelman did a lot of work with Zach, and I guess it wasn't the note like this was one of the first pieces that they did together. I think.
So is this one of the ones that's like mine where it's on where the inks are on an overlay? Is that
Is that true? I don't think so.
or is this right on the board, the airbrush right on the board?
I think it's all on the board, and that
Nice.
was where it was more of a question if Zach had any hand
Sure.
in
Did he
the
touch it?
artwork. And I guess the artwork was bought directly from Zach. So there's no way Zach would have it in his possession if he didn't have a hand in it.
You'd
At
think.
least you would think.
Yeah.
Why did I get to pick 12? Because I picked a piece from Yo and I picked a piece from Lance. And so I felt a little guilty when I was putting the email together when I realized that.
Bill,
So
you don't have to justify yourself to Jason.
Hey,
None of us do.
All right, I'm gonna ignore him for at least the next 5 minutes. He's on my personal mute for 5 minutes. All right, but anyways, so whatever error needed to be cleared, I'm sure it got cleared after posting this piece. Stingray, Nick Darrington. I mean, I think a lot of people saw this piece, probably liked it. The colors are just amazing on it.
Yeah, it's really rich.
It is. I would have picked it just for that, and it didn't matter how well the composition was on it or anything. It has a little dash of humor, in it. But yeah, I mean, I love the eels, the stingrays. I see a little crab down there. I mean, this is kind of fun. But the pose with stingray on the little rock outcrop talking to a stingray, or at least becoming one with them is awesome. And the colors are so rich.
I know.
I mean,
I love Nick's work has such an elegance to it. It's really clean. It flows. Like the line weights are all just perfect. And then when you see him work in color, like he gives this super, saturated, like, underwater environment where you get the organic textures and the organic colors, in the seabed, but you get this like lush blue sea in the background, and Stingray just pops off the page with that, like, that really like blood red or that royal red color. It's just great.
Yeah, nope, I agree. Newell says Stingray is like Batman against Night. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I didn't even think about that. It's like this is Stingray on a gargoyle, but not a gargoyle. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is okay. I hate to bring up Jason again. This is a Jason approved image. He thinks the pose is great, and he doesn't mind that the Stingray floating in front of Stingray is actually raising both of its hands, if they want to call them hands. It's both of his fins and waving them at Stingray. But that's okay in this one.
Well, he might be like mid flap, right?
That's true. But he had a problem with Black Bolt raising his hand.
He did.
So when is Felix announcing who's coming to OAX? You might find out soon, Chuck. Let's just say that. It's very soon, I think, but I can't say when. It's a family reunion, says James. All right, and you're back on ignore, Jason. Okay, so next up, what do we have here? It's a classic Marvel cover. I picked this one. Kupperberg and Austin Inks just make it, because at first you see it and I feel Austin immediately, and I didn't know who he was inking over, and it's Kupperberg. Kupperberg is just laid out many Marvel covers. And I was like, I'm sold. This is a good one. I mean, it's Howard the Duck and Spider-Man on a Marvel team-up cover. I mean, any of us who are Marvel fans, would love to have a Marvel team-up cover of any Marvel team-up cover. And this is fun, man. I mean, Howard the Duck will always have a cachet about the character that we all wish we had a good Marvel piece with Howard the Duck on it. I mean, I'd even take a strip, comic strip. Doesn't even have to be from a comic, but this one just kicks butt. I love the little the funny pointed stars, the way they were drawn out there. I mean, I love everything about this piece. So what is this? I'm not. I can't keep reading the chat. Next up, what do we got? But let me get my like on here for Paul P. Then Teixeira. This is a Black Panther page. I really love Teixeira's work like this. I mean, just all tonal work. I'm anytime a piece
basically
like
paintings.
Exactly. Whenever they pop up on CAF, I have to look at them, because other artists kind of work like this too. But Teixeira just had a soft yet strong way of handling his ink work, or the washes on these. I mean, I guess it worked really well with Black Panther. Certainly. I mean, but man, I mean, looking at this. This is something that I would stare at and admire for more than 60 seconds if I had this in my collection, because there's just so much good stuff going on here that I'd come back to it a lot. I mean, I love this piece. I see it and it makes me want to own a piece from this run by Mark, because
it looks a little bit like, I mean, honestly, to me, it reminds me of Corbin a little bit.
I can see where you're saying that. Yeah.
And like a little bit, like Marvel magazine kind of stuff, or it was basically like all grayscale paintings in essence.
Right.
Like that's pretty much what he's doing here.
Yeah. Phil was around to buy these. Yeah, I was. I didn't though. I did not. But anyway, I like it. I like it a lot, and it's going to make me keep my eyes peeled for a page coming up on the market. I would go after it. And was this Khalil's? I'm sorry, I didn't even look to see. Oh yeah, okay, Khalil's. Congrats, Khalil.
He's entered into that phase where he doesn't post a lot, but then he posts like a couple pieces, and they're both incredible. Which we should all aspire to do that.
We should. We definitely should. Yeah, you're out of timeout, Jason, but I still might ignore you. We'll see. Then John Bamber. John, I actually got John to agree to do an interview sometime. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, we agreed we would do it on a Saturday, just because he's overseas and everything. So
Mhm.
I probably have to wait till OAX is over and then try to get him on after that. But John's just got one hell of a collection.
Yeah.
A lot of the UK artists, of course, are in there. This Brian Bolland 2000 AD just calls it what Brit Sit Babes. I don't know. I mean, I didn't even read what this was for. I mean, anytime you can get a finished published Brian Bolland piece. I mean,
Oh
this is
yeah.
gorgeous. The colors are amazing. I mean, what's not to love? I mean, I came back to this twice, and I actually opened it as a second window because I forgot that I had liked it. I was going to use it the first time. I opened it a second time because I liked it so much. Because a lot of stuff from Brian isn't colored. So seeing something like this is, I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, his stuff is so singular. Like no one, like so many artists, like they get imitated or whatever. People just you can't imitate Boland. I don't, it's like no one else can do it.
No. No, I mean, that's just amazing. Just again, just the line quality is just so good. I mean, I'm just I don't know. If I was made of money, I'd just buy work from Brian and I'd be happy. And maybe I'd throw a Mobius in there once or twice. But
I can't argue. I cannot argue that.
uh yeah, that art book I got from them is really nice. I actually looked back through that last weekend just because I've kind of forgotten I had it. And yeah, his work is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I
like,
guess I should
like
be
I said, it's singular. Like there's no one else that can do what he does.
Yeah. Very true. James says it's his kind of piece. Of course it is, James. It's got babes on it. All right. Well, congrats to John on that. And it's a good reminder. I'm gonna make a note to reach out to him about doing something late winter, early spring. But John had a period where he wasn't posting a cap. I think he actually had stopped collecting for a little while and then kind of he's gotten back into it. If you're not following John's calf gallery, you definitely should because he's just got a lot of interesting stuff in there. And we all like babes with guns. You're right about that. Then this was in Larry's calf gallery, and maybe not the most spectacular piece, but it's by M.D. Bright. Classic composition in this, and the thing was, it's cool seeing Larry post art to his calf again.
Yeah.
That was kind of when I first saw it. I was like, I'm setting this one aside because I feel like we had Larry was on self pause for a while, and this is just a really nice title page.
Is that why he picked the page that says "back in charge"? Do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, Larry Tunn back in charge. It is an awesome splash page. Tons of fun.
I want a Mark Bright page so bad, and
Yep.
I wouldn't care if it was from Emerald Dawn. I'd prefer it to be from Iron Man, but yeah, this is terrific. This would easily scratch that itch for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, congrats, Larry. Well, we're glad you're back. This is from 1992. And Romeo Tangals inks. I didn't realize that. So just a little added extra bonus there. But nice piece in your collection, probably in a FedEx box as we speak. 5 more pieces to go here. Okay, there you go. You're welcome, Marcus. Yes, I did pick a piece from Lance, and it was an X-Men piece, a Kirby recreation. Again, it just you see stuff like this. Mannix just does the colors so well. Like picking up that FF cover, but then you look at these and it's like, how the hell I mean, this looks like a 9.6 X-Men #4. Colors are spot on.
I know.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either. Like the saturation level or the chroma that he picks does have that like vintage printed art feel.
You're right. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Gosh, I just don't know. Oh, look. Oh, that's the same photo. We don't need to see Lance again. Oh, there he is. He's happy. Thought maybe they would have posted a second photo. They didn't. All right, but no, I love it. I love it. I think. I mean, I follow Mannix on Facebook. I see a lot of his stuff. It's always amazing, and these cover recreations that he's been working on for a long while now. They're always really special.
So I didn't actually know until, well, I can't say recently, but somewhat recently, that he will only do one.
Oh, well, that's
nobody else is getting X-Men 4 from Mannix ever. So, gentlemen, choose your commissions wisely.
Yeah, Interesting. See, I definitely would have to go with X-Men over a Thor piece, but yeah. What do you? I mean, does Jiggy give you a list like these ones are already off the board, boys?
I think so. Well, the only reason I know this is because Daryl R had the brilliant idea of getting the Mike Zeck cover from Punisher Limited Series #1, which is my and probably a lot of people's holy grail of like original art.
Right.
He had the brilliant idea to have Mannix do it. And that's what, so Daryl was telling me then, he's like, well, you can't have it now because will only ever do one.
He's rubbing it
You
in.
know, yeah, I mean, that's what he does
Oh
best.
man. All right. Well, actually wasn't aware of that. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that these aren't ridiculously priced either. So I'll have to put some thought into it. Maybe I'll talk with Jiggy at OAX. Huh.
You ought to.
Yeah. There you go. Chuck says get him to do the poster. All right. Brian Lake. Brian Lake has a pretty decent collection too. And then we get this Portasio, Art T Bear, Uncanny X-Men 283, semi-splash page. I kind of picked this one more for the historical significance of it.
Yeah.
But again, you look at just the inking work here, the textures and the energy around Bishop here.
They were a great combo, I think.
They really were.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, yeah, again, just looking at it brings back memories. This is so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who was reading X-Men during this period would love to have a great Portasio example. I mean, everybody thinks of Lee first.
Great Bishop too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Everybody always they think about Jim Lee and probably because of the value in the whatever. But I mean, there's fewer Portasio pieces out there from this era, and I like them just as much. So there you go. Brian Lake, congrats. I got my like on that one. And 3 more to go here. Yo Curry on this one. So Chris Bivens is the penciler on this, and Joseph Karg is the inker. Now, I mean, not familiar with either one of them. Are you, as far as creators? Okay, yeah. So when I first saw it, I love the idea of the storytelling. It takes you back to like Dark Knight and whatnot. Using television screens and large. I mean, I love this slam with the character drawn on the letters. Just visually, I came back to this a couple times because he posted that absolute Batman piece too, and neither of us picked that. I like this one more. I mean, just from a storytelling standpoint. I mean, I love the slam. I love this like face off. I love if you zoom in and just look at the way handling the darks here. I mean, that could have been done any number of different ways.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just the way the camera angles are handled here in the last 3 panels, then throwing them out the window.
It's not a direct panel for panel or shot for shot, but it's close enough that you to your point, like you get that feeling, right? You get that Dark Knight feeling, the nostalgia from it.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how the first, the TV screens bits tie into it, but I love it. You see Batman behind the door. He's the one slamming it. I mean, it's just great. And I love this. This is like a classic horror kind of, House of Mystery image, right? With the monster, scaring the crap out of the old man or the young girl, whatever.
By like candlelight or a flashlight.
Exactly. I mean, so yeah, this is just the storytelling in this is really great. So I don't know anything about the book or the artist, but I'm going to go back and.
This is, I think this is at one point Christian Caceres was doing this.
Is that okay?
He's commissioning recreations of all of the pages.
Oh,
so they're all lettered. They're all,
I remember that. That's right. I forgot about that.
I don't know if Yo picked up the project or what. I would like to know.
That's right, because he was the one that showed it to me. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And what Newell says, I met Karg at Heroes in 20. He's doing a painted commission for me. Well, cool. But anyways, I think this is absolutely cool. So
it's beautiful.
Congrats, Yo. 2 more to go here. Dermas, right? It's hard to not like something by Carlos. I mean, this as a Sandman piece, this is just amazing. I mean, and just so you know, that thing you shared with me, I tried to buy it, it was gone. But when I emailed, they're like, "Oh, Bill, sorry, I know it's you and everything, but somebody 10 minutes ago already asked for them, both
I
of,
tried.
like two of the two pieces." At any rate, yeah, every time I see a piece by Carlos, it makes me want to get on his commission list or something. I mean, definitely an artist we'd love to get to OAX one day.
Oh,
Um, we worked with Enrizo with the mystery sketches in November.
mhm.
That was the first time too. So, and I've always emailed a lot with Nicholas. So maybe we'll just start talking with him and see what the possibilities would be
Do it.
for them to come up. I know that would be a pretty crazy pre-OX sale.
That's a
I
get.
don't know.
That's a get. Yeah.
There would be a line around the building wanting to
Mhm.
get something. So again, if
Especially
you
when he works in this, in this wheelhouse, I feel like he really soars.
yeah, this is just so
Look at the
crazy
textures on
good.
her dress.
That's exactly what I was looking at. I mean, it's just
Unbelievable.
look. I mean, just you can see a skeleton in there. I mean, my
Yep.
goodness, the imagination. This is like, you know, uh, you can equate the imagination with like Jeremy Bastian, who
Mhm.
is very detailed in a different way. But just when you look at Bastian's artwork, you're always seeing new things in them. Yeah, this is great. I love it. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk with them. But Carlos did do one or two mystery sketches, I think. So I was jealous. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, we're getting some good people doing these
And
projects with us.
wouldn't you love to this would be so amazing as like a big like sepia toned print,
Hmm.
like poster size, like in a frame. I mean, you could, it feels like fine art.
Yeah, this is it's great. Well, we're gonna have to work on uh, Carlos and Rizzo and
Yes.
maybe even Ed Rizzo, right? I mean,
Oh
come
man.
on, we might as well like just go for broke.
Spoon.
Yes. All right. So I can't even remember what was my last pick. Oh, okay. This is for Mark Levy. Mark has a great calf gallery, and I think many of us, when I think about one day getting something done by created by Jeffrey Jones, I think the IMH pieces, first and
Mhm.
foremost, would be something that I'd probably want to get. Just because of its storytelling, and I think it's very personal to Jeffrey. So anybody who's been collecting a long time, I think and definitely was reading back the books back in the day that were coming out from guys from the studio. I think if you want a piece from Jones, an IMH piece is what you want, and I think it's to me it's an achievement because these pieces just don't
Yeah.
come up that often. So to see one pop up on CAF like this, I mean, congratulations to Mark because
I mean, for him, this is like the equivalent of a Wrightson, Frankenstein, essentially.
exactly, yeah. I mean, it's a dream come true. Yeah, they're so hard to get, and yeah. So congratulations, Mark. You already have a great collection. Spectacular. Lots of stuff that I enjoy getting to see on CAF, but this has got to be feel like a very very special addition to your amazing collection. So this is it. Yeah. Fine art. Yeah, it is like fine art, Marcus. I would go that route. Um, but yeah. I was just gonna say I know he's a big fan of Barry Windsor Smith and that's the next image in the set.
There you
And did he
go.
get this in? He got it in on the last day of the year. So I'm sure this is gonna be in his best of. All right. Man, we made it. Look, two
So
hours and 20
early.
minutes. It is early, man. All
Yeah.
right. I can go back and hey, I got some texts. I know some more OAX auction pieces just got uploaded to the Google Drive. I'm gonna be
All
looking at
right.
those. Um, all right. Well, cool, man. As always, this was a good set.
Good
Good set of
times.
picks here as always. And I guess we'll be at it. We should try to let's squeeze in a guest appearance. We won't do it next week, but let's try to put our thinking caps on and maybe throw out some invites for like 2 weeks from now. I don't know if anybody. I know you've reached out to some people who've said they would
I
be.
did, and I got
You got
declined.
nothing. You got
Yeah.
declined.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would I have two people I'm going to reach out to, and I will let it be a surprise. But if I get one of them, I think it will be exciting.
Okay. Well, let's say 2 weeks from today, we'll try to get a guest on, and I'll let you spearhead it. And if it doesn't work out, we'll figure it out together.
Sounds good.
All right, Chris. Have a
Right.
good one, man. See ya.
Night, man. Bye, guys.
All right. Well, early is not a bad thing, is it? So, yeah, Agent X would only pick. You promised not to only pick Cyclops. Well, we can't. That's I don't know. That's a big risk, a very big risk. Newell is always free. Absolutely, Newell. I'm curious who Chris is thinking about, but Newell, we will put you on the list. You know that. And we could do something maybe like right after OAX. That might be a good show, right? You can show off some of your OAX haul, and we can do some picks. Why don't we just plan on it right now? Write it down. If you're so okay, you agree. All right, Newell. We can do that the Thursday after OAX. We'll both show off our haul from OAX and do some picks as well. Because the picks will probably be light, right? It's the OAX week, so it'll actually be an easy week for us to go through stuff. All right, sweet. Okay, everybody. Well, again, always fun to get to hang out with everyone, and good things are coming. 6 weeks until OAX. If you haven't got your tickets yet, I don't know what the VIP count is at, although I'm pretty confident we've actually sold more VIP tickets this year than last, because we raised the number a little bit. I don't know where we're at, but I'm sure you might be getting some emails soon about us running into limits on those things. So if you haven't picked up your tickets, you want to do it soon. Tickets actually have been I think either today or maybe it was yesterday. I think we had 6 or 8 sales come through. So it's brisk, and as we've seen, the tickets sales pick up in the last month. So you want to definitely get it secured soon. And if you haven't gotten your hotel room, please, people, even if you're on the fence with coming, get your room booked, because I know that those are definitely getting scarce, and I would hate to have tell you that you got to be across the street at the Ramada or whatever is over there. So definitely get your room booked at the bare minimum if you're still not 100% confident that you're going to make it to the show. But there you go. Some Buc-ee's. Yeah, I have never stopped at a Buc-ee's yet, Tom. Although I've seen them, I've never stopped at one day. All right, so have a wonderful evening, everybody. We will be back at it next week on Tuesday with the illustration preview. But the weekend is upon us. Enjoy. Look for those announcements tomorrow. We will be dropping more pieces in the OAX auction fundraiser gallery, and a few other announcements will be rolling out tomorrow as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening. It's always fun. Love you all. Good night.